Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy, gonna say Sunday, and I would be right, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday, hope your weekend's going well. Welcome back to Furniture Collection Extraordinaire. I'm just popping onto my different alts that I'm doing order hauls on and making sure that I get their followers nicely murdered. So just anyone who's about to die can go on any mission, and if anyone's full health, they go on the dangerous missions. I'm not real fussed about succeeding, although I don't suppose there's any reason not to, assuming the person was gonna die anyway. Morning, Hazel. Happy Sunday. Good morning. That one's done. I've been sending the research. It's a lot of order resources. I may end up in my life needing to do Legion World quests, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I did this one, this one, this one. This guy, I think, might come into play today. This is a time runner. He's a Nightborn priest, and I made him specifically to be a scribe for furniture. Now, I already have one character that has Inscription, and she has Dragonflight Inscription, so I'm going to finish making the Dragonflight stuff on the character that already has it. But, oh, I haven't said that. Let's see, we're going to... Where'd Boy go? Well, there's Mollywobble. I really should put the alts that I'm doing order hauls on in like a little party or something. Did you convert them? No, I mean most of them, but not that one yet. But he does need to get converted. Crawdad will not leave though until I'm finished with him. Ominous. I need more bronze. I did a Nighthold actually last night off stream. I did a remix Nighthold just to kind of see how it feels with the newly like doubled bronze. Better. It feels better. It was decent. I bought another toy. I got the, let me see if I can check it out. Worm. Oh, what was it called? Box of. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? It turns you into like one of the little wormy guys. Yeah, we'll recruit some more of these. I'm just very slowly chipping away at this. I'm sure there's faster ways to do it, but it seems pretty cheap and easy to just kind of hang out at the table and do this. What do you mean check back for more missions? Excuse me. The researcher is here. Do you have anything? Yeah, so I'm finished with that one, so we get to pick. Yeah, more troops. More troops, good. And then I should, now that I'm at 2, be able to start checking my barrel every day for my Brewmaster Hidden Artifact appearance. Which is mainly relevant because it lets me buy a piece of decor from the class order hall. I'm not really about to spend a lot of time as a brewmaster. I've never seen it before, so I'm pretty sure it's this building. I'm gonna go upstairs and poke around and see if anything jumps out at me. Thanks for the helpful tips for collecting lumber. Anytime. Available on youtube.com/hazelnuttygames. There's like a lot of kegs in here. It can't be all the way upstairs, can it? They wouldn't make me do cardio. Double check, make sure I got the right one. There's a specific research thing that you have to do. I thought you were going Brewmaster main in midnight. I know. I mean, there's still time. Sounds like it's time for a new campsite group. Or 2, yeah. I also, at some point, I haven't done it yet, but I need to get a warrior and a death knight. Any of them. I just need to pick one. I need to get them started on their class hall so they can start sending missions and so they can start sending upgrades because they take ages. Which means doing not the whole campaign necessarily. Where the hell is this barrel? Not the whole campaign, but double check the research. Just the, like, you gotta get an artifact to kind of get started. At least one. Bubbling keg inside the Stormstout Inn once a day. Is this not the Stormstout Inn? It looks inny. Maybe there's another one. Bubbling keg inside the Stormstout Inn. Is this the Stormstout Inn? I'm just gonna try buildings. Can I collect decor if I don't have the expansion yet? I think... Oh, there it is. I think you can collect it. You cannot start housing, though, but I think you can collect stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't have any way to test it. So, you get some stuff. We're not really worried about it until it gives us our hidden appearance, I don't think. I'm a little miffed that there's no missions available. That seems like I must have missed something. What do you mean no missions. They all have missions. I guess I only have 2 followers. Maybe I should do some more, Oh, I need to turn this in. Oh, that's why. Oopsies, don't mind me. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? Best tip for lumber is the Lord of the Rings extended editions are 11.5 hours of movie watching. Translates into a lot of lumber. Doing all the order hall campaigns in Remix, trying to get the hidden appearance achieves. That's the smart way to do it. It's probably much better. Monk order hall. Okay. Well, whenever we're ready. The Monk Order Hall one is funny because I've done the Monk Order Hall, just not on this character, but the character that did it is, like, long forgotten, so it's kind of a non-issue. You do Kaiveza still too? Prog the main questline for more missions. Yeah, apparently. Doing good. Hope you're well. Thanks. We got more, I should do this too. I should do this. Okay, fine. Fine. Just because, otherwise I can't keep working on, recruiting my army for my 5 Dawns planning table. And there shall be no piece of decor left behind, no matter how small. Unless it is from PvP, in which case we shall be leaving it thoroughly behind. Hi, how you doing? I need to drink more coffee, but it's so full I need to lean over it and sip it out of the straw like a hummingbird. And, haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't know if I'm in the shot for that. I'm kind of hoping I'm not. I feel like it's awkward. There we go. We can pick it up now. We're all good. Coffee good. Decor for buying other Blizzard things. Also dead to me. Not collecting. If collecting means paying them more money than the sub fee I already pay, they can bite me. We're not doing that. Pretending to be a hummingbird is one of my favorite pastimes. They're so tiny and cute. There's every now and then I see an animal that I'm like, that one's magic. And hummingbirds do that for me. Apparently elk strike my magic meter. And then the other one that I saw is I actually saw, and this is weird, I'd never seen him before, what I assume are swans. They were either swans or they were some souped up government experimented geese. Or they could have been Pokemon. But I think they were swans. They were huge and they were flying and they had the most enormous necks and they were going wah, 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 and it was just surreal. I've never seen swans just like fly overhead like geese before. It was bizarre. Yeah, Pokemon seems like the most likely. Oh, look at me, I'm a monk. I'm doing the Monk Order Hall campaign. I started doing, actually, last night, I was painting my nails at my desk and I was just kind of like very idly playing WoW. And I picked up the Demon Hunter Class Order Hall campaign because I know I'm going to need to do it at some point. I've done enough for, well, actually, maybe I haven't done enough for him to get missions. Anyway, I hopped on Night Flame and they're like, yo, go get 100 vials of demon blood. Really? This is step 1? Fine. I think catching up on the campaigns is going to take me longer than I think. But we're doing it once and for all. And this is probably, one would assume, going to help me also finish another kind of long time goal of getting all of the Class Order Hall mounts. I'm still missing a bunch of them. I'm missing the Mage one, which is weird because I did the Order Hall campaign for Mage on Orca. I feel like there's something very easy that she needs to do that will grant her Mage mount. I just don't know what it is. Couldn't tell you. All right, 39 Celsius and thunderstorms. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Cranes. I don't know if we have cranes here. We have herons. But these were bigger than herons. They were huge. I think they were swans. They were meaty looking. Doing the Order Hall campaign in Lemix or retail? I'm doing it in retail. I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't want to play Legion Remix for anything that's not leveling an alt or getting stuff that's exclusive to Legion Remix. Not because it's not a good idea, but just because the amount of, like, I don't know, little things that are different just make my head explode. I'd rather just deal with it in retail where there's, like, a backlog of information about how to do things, and I'd rather just, like, wait through time-gated missions than try to do it on Remix. It's not the rational thing to do is just do it on Remix. It's way faster, but I just don't want to deal with it. Yes, it lets you skip mission table quests. I just don't care. I'd rather do them than try to deal with doing it on Remix. We unironically want missions now. That is also a factor. I'm using the missions to get my troops killed so that I can recruit more of them for that achievement. So I feel like I'm going to end up doing them anyway. I'm going to do these guys? Sure. How do I put out fire? I feel like if I stop, drop, and roll on them, I'm just going to melt. I'm a... Oh, I see, I see. Rep-based ones worth doing a remix. Rep. There must be rep. I did, Nope, brain empty. Head empty, no thoughts. There's that. Do I need to do this? Probably. It's probably part of my campaign. This is just our regular weekly. What I want to do today is Inscription. They've got lots of books. It's going to be some good lumber farming. There's going to be lots of stuff to craft. All spikes destroyed. Need one of the pandas to explain how spin kicking a fire doesn't either do nothing or just feed extra air into the fire. Maybe it's like the principle that lets you blow out a candle. I'm spin kicking so fast that it's just extinguished. I don't know how we put out candles, by the way. I'm just going to assume I'm magic. That seems like the easiest thing to do. I have blown out candles, therefore I am a wizard. This one. Yeah. Oh, how's your weather doing where you are? We've got some wet. It's wet outside. It's also starting to get a little windier, and I'm kind of looking at it being like, I should really review how to set up my generator. It's really... I should really review that while the power's on, and it's easy for me to watch YouTube. It's magical spin kicks. It means the fire's obliged to turn on. Sounds like magic to me. My house is going to be a library, and Inscription is high on my to-do list. Also, need the flying books from the mage class hall. I got some flying books from something else, I thought. Because I have some flying books, but I think I still need the ones from the mage class hall. But maybe I'm mistaken, and maybe I got the mage ones already, and that's what I have. Because I remember putting them in my house. Snow removal in full swing as the snow wreaks carnage for the roads and sidewalks. Reeks and wrecks. Are you out there with a flamethrower? Snowblower? Shovel? Sympathy? Schadenfreude? Finally a dry day after made everything around me flood to record levels. Wish I had a flamethrower. Heated driveways. Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't been destroying tainted ale barrels. At all. Oh, there. Quebec snow removal operations are ruthless. I will have to shovel soon to move my car. Oh, gotcha. I'm a little afraid to ask what happens if you don't. Also, can I have the bonsai tree, Blizzard? If you could just, like, just copy paste that into my library. I'll do anything. Oh, it gets towed. So they can get it out. Oh, yeah. What are we doing? Like, listen, guys, if you can get it loose anyways, do me a solid. I was lucky I never had to do that. Argue if you have money to pay the fee, that would be the easiest way to do it. Just, yeah, if you don't need your car anyway, just let them tow it, pick it up at your convenience. I don't know if I would trust anyone with my car though. I don't know what the insurance is like, but I feel like it can't be good for the car's health. Okay, so we don't need to put out any more fires. I need to find more of those tainted barrels. My outline mode's not glowing stuff as much as I'm used to, or maybe I'm just tired. Here's some. There we go. It's just like green apple ale, that's all. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of, there's gonna be an awful lot of class order hall campaign questing. It's funny, at the beginning of Remix, when people were like, I'm doing all classes and all order halls, I'm like, you're nuts. Good luck with that. Power, respect, You're nuts. And now I'm doing the exact same thing, but not even in remix. I didn't think the decor was going to talk me into it for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. I thought I was going to be casual about this. I thought I was going to have chill. I have no chill. Burning up around here. Exactly that at the start. Glad I did. Yeah, I bet it's paying off now. Hi, Saga. How you doing? How you been? What you been up to? I need 2 more of these. Yeah. It's gonna turn out this quest was totally optional. Alright, we got a boss. It's good news. Pretty shocked at how good the order hall decor is compared to what's available elsewhere. Sure, we'll even out, but still. Yeah, there's some really nice stuff. The monk stuff in particular, I thought was really pretty. A lot of it you can come pretty quickly, but if you want all of it, then you gotta be kind of in for the long haul. Pretty okay, time of year considered. Yeah, I feel that. Oh, there we go. Speak. Doc. Return to order. I feel like I can't be possibly far from it, but you'll let him fly me. I'll take the chance to have a little coffee. Winter Veil starts tomorrow. We'll find out if it gets decor. Found 4 variants of Korean fire noodles at the store. Tried one. Spicy. Did you like it? Would you do it again? How many items per class hall? I want to say 5. But I'm not 100% on that. Let me look at Homebound and let me pull up a vendor for a class hall that I haven't started yet. There's certainly 3 that it might be 6 actually. It might be more than 5. But we can figure this out. We have the technology. Also, I feel like it'll be coming through in chat any second now. Eat it again, just less of the spicy sauce. Homebound. Okay, so we go to the vendors. It's Draenor, or not Draenor. Broken Isles. And okay. 7. 1, 2. I wonder if it varies. Some of these things I apparently have already automatically collected. 3, 7 missing. What about the Skyhold guy? 7. It seems like there's 7 pieces per order hall. That's intense. This is the warrior stuff. Forge is kind of sick. The war table's neat too. Thanks for being my morning entertainment while I play WoW. Cheers! Thanks for hanging out with me. You guys are my entertainment while I do my decor collecting. I got 10 pieces of decor yesterday, which I guess is just like a tiny bit over 3 an hour, which sounds slow, but I feel like it's only going to get slower. It's not so bad. Okay. Can I do more missions yet? I think I must be able to. I think we all benefit from that. Alright, here we go. More missions. Okay, so let's get these Ox guys sent off. And then this character is good for now. Her research is waiting for another 6 hours. Okay. Really does slow down once you get to about where you are. Yeah. The profession stuff, there's a lot of stuff I can get from professions. Oh, I need to start shaman too. I haven't done any shaman stuff. Lots of stuff available from professions, but it's not fast. Like you guys saw yesterday if you were here. I was leveling jewel crafting through various professions, and at a certain point you're just like buying stuff and crafting it and trying to figure out what you want to craft next. It just gets a bit messy. I do want to buy everything with resonance crystals. I haven't started explicitly farming yet, though. I probably should be, but I guess I'm just triaging a bit or trying to finish off a few projects before I pick up new ones. Okay, we've exhausted some Defias Thieves, which is excellent news. We can get some new ones. Those are just cruise pirates. I try to do the cheap ones when I can. Those are 85 resources per. Every order hall seems to have one type of troop that's only 20 resources per. The trouble is when I don't know my way around. Rogue class hall, worst one to me. The sneaky doors aren't my favorite. Oh, did I just sit in his lap? I'm so sorry. Oh, this is almost done. This is another 17 minutes and I'll have that finished. Oh, that was embarrassing. Okay, so the research is good. We're just gonna leave. Who's got my recruits? We got to get out of here. Panic, instant panic. I swear it was over here. No, it's the archivist. It's the same. That's not what I'm looking for. We're looking for the Bloodstone recruiter, I thought, or the Defies recruiter. Rogue Academy proprietor. Good way to keep track of all this stuff. Spreadsheet time. I think it's spreadsheet time. I've been resisting making one. I don't know why, but I've been really resisting getting organized. I think it's because I have this feeling that if I get organized, then I have to do everything. Which isn't true. I'm queen of abandoning lists, so it's not like it means anything, but... yeah, I think a spreadsheet would do a lot of good. There's cheaper ones somewhere. Yeah, well, we'll just do these ones. I have 2 pirates. I would love a lethal mission. Without a lethal mission, it's kind of not worth doing, because then otherwise you'd have to send them out on 3. And I don't think I want to do that. But I don't know if they were refreshed just on their own either. Could send them on a cheap one. Morning, Hazel. Snowed 4 inches last night where I'm from in Ohio, and I wish to file a formal complaint. I can hear your complaint on behalf of the sky of the state of Ohio. I don't see why not. Yeah, if you organize it, suddenly feels like work. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna watch the WoW Block Party event. Excited to see what everyone has created. This is the first I've heard of it. You're breaking the news to me. Made a spreadsheet for the hidden artifacts. Just warrior to go, because it's all daily luck based. Nice. Let's check in on boy. Mom would sometimes call me the prince of procrastination. 6:30. Still 9 Celsius out. Weirdly warm. It always makes me nervous when that happens in the winter, because it usually means there's going to be some weird weather, wind or precipitation or something. So, tell me about my followers. Doing this has really reminded me about how much I've forgotten when it comes to order halls. This one I did know my way around a little bit, but apparently not. I don't remember anything. I don't think I need that half of it. It feels like negative 23 Celsius here. Please send help. You need layers. You need heat and layers and tea. And good insulation. Do you prefer Celsius or Fahrenheit? Celsius, but I can understand both. I lived in the States for 7 years, so I'm vaguely degree bilingual. It's my only type of bilinguality. On the coast or an island, middle of the Gulf Stream. Drinking lots of peppermint tea. Nice. Yeah, I've got a long sleeve wool shirt under a t-shirt under a hoodie. And I got 2 pairs of socks on plus my feet in a toe oven. And I'm so lost! I'm so sick of this! I am really close to being done and being able to just go start my lovely, adorable Pandaren dailies that I like doing. Holy moly. Alright, we're gonna check in with her. We did that. That was the first thing we did. I'm looking for... I think I'm looking for my table. And I think the table... I thought it was down here. That's the door. This is the recruiter. We did this. I did this. It's not far from the table. There's the table. It doesn't look like a table. That's my problem. It looks like everything else down here. Alright. Who can we get murdered today? We have one swarm of wild imps available currently. So we don't necessarily want to blow a really good mission, but, you know, if we have one... Nah, there's no lethal missions anyway. Alright, well, send them off. Roll them up. Save screenshots of the big X for the table. Yeah, just like do the map. I need the table, the recruiter, and the researcher. Although for some order halls I'm not gonna be very helped by that because some of them have layers. The Demon Hunter one has an upstairs and a downstairs and it's driving me nuts. Okay. Speaking of, I think that's where we're heading next. At least there's no evoker order hall. I had a moment where I was like, oh, I should start my evoker, and then I went, wait, it's not how this works. Layers are for cakes and pies, not order halls. Alright, so this is the researcher. That's good, that's done. This is fine. Send that off, that'll keep it busy for another 12 hours. Oh! Oh. I was gonna say, oh, this is sick, I can teleport around, that makes it way better. It takes me up to some place that has nothing. And nobody. No thank you. Get me out of here. Yeah, start 12 of them at once. I don't think I have it in me. So now we're going downstairs. Wait, nope. I thought I was. No, I'm not. This is the biggest time sink. It's not leveling professions. It's not flying around to quest givers. It's getting lost in class order halls, recruiting troops and stuff. What is this? This is the thing that let you power up your artifact back in the day. That's not helpful to me. That's the thing. Let's go up here. Sure looks like collecting inscription decor, doesn't it though? Doesn't it just? I was joking. I should do it though. Maybe not 12, because a couple of them I blessedly have done. There are a few things that I did do back in Legion. Druid and priest specifically. Those ones are set. There we go. And I think this character is in the same position that my monk was in, where I'm not going to get more missions until I progress my campaign, which kind of sucks. And I kind of don't want to deal with it right now, so we're just going to not. Nobody has the 20 followers done. I'm going to have to start working on that on a priest too, but later me problem. Because it didn't count retroactively. I'm counting past 500 with data for Azeroth. I'm refreshing and checking that. That pulls a number out of the API. They can't guarantee that it's accurate, but it's the best shout I have. Okay, let's actually... Oh, hang on, no. Not quite yet. Almost. We're almost ready to go start Inscription. I need to pop by Pandaria. I got dailies to do. How long does that achievement take? The 20 followers thing? Or something else? 20 followers can take a while. You have to exhaust them so you can recruit more. That's where you do the Hidden Havoc artifact skin. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of hidden artifact appearances too. I think I'm pacing myself. Right now I'm just getting like the research done. And maybe working on the missions. And then I'm gonna have to keep doing the campaigns. My sales have slowed down, but I have sold some stuff. I made another 100k or so in sales yesterday, which I was happy about because it's basically funding my profession leveling. Never talk in chat, but hi. Hi, Ernie. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Haven't really been recrafting stuff lately, to be honest. I've just been reposting the stuff I already have. Watch your latest video. Trees do not, in fact, have skin. There are lumber nodes in Maldraxxus. They put them on the mushrooms, but I still hold that it's kind of more annoying to find them there than it is in Ardenweald or Revendreth where there's trees. Okay. I'm not doing it in Remix. I have a Remix character, but I'm just finishing Remix stuff there. I'm going to Pandaria is what I'm going to do. That's what we're doing. take a couple of portals here. No, it's so cute. This is I almost never not. I almost never put it away. I love this one. It's a trading post mount. And it's the nicest thing they've ever made. Doing class order halls in Remix is a really good idea. They're accelerated. I'm just being stubborn because I don't wanna. I love the candy cane swords. They're so cool. Alright, Pandaria's this way. Also, I can get back into Shadow's back. I just went holy so that my shadow form could stop clouding me up for that video. When we do get to inscription crafting, I'm hoping that I have a little bit of a jump on some of them lumber-wise, because I've got a little bit of extra lumber in my war bank of various expansions. Not an insane amount, but I've been picking some up here and there and just stashing it. Reminds me, have to pick up the pet in the trading post. You gotta get Bundled Up Bob. Although one thing I will say about Bundled Up Bob is if you like to play with sound on, and you're gonna have him out a bunch, be advised, Bundled Up Bob squeaks. He squeaks something awful. I was doing something, I forget what, and I was like, what is making that noise? It sounds like somebody's bullying a balloon. It's Bundled Up Bob. Where is this new video? It should be on youtube.com/hazelnuttygames. I'm role-playing as a YouTuber. Can appreciate doing things in an objectively worse way out of being stubborn. Well, sometimes it's also just like I'm an elephant in the room. I'm insanely stubborn. Where the hell did you come from? I didn't even know why I wanted that. I was just about to kill it. Oh dear. I am stubborn. I'm real bad. But sometimes it's because there's something about doing it the right way that I find really uncomfortable. Or distasteful, or just not compatible with the way my brain wants to organize it. So if I found a workaround, it's because it feels smoother for me, is usually what's going on there. Let's pick up all of these. Here we go. I am at Cape Maysferry. I don't think you're that stubborn. Well, that's sweet of you. So you're hunting for decor. I am. One example of stubbornness here is that I really should just buy the rep turn-in items on the time walking vendor for like 50 badges, time walking badges each, to just be done with this rep so I can buy the decor from out here and move on with my life. But I'm not doing that because A, the dailies are adorable and pretty easy. B, I never have time walking badges and I don't like time walking, so I'm not likely to get a lot more of them. And C, I have a bunch of time walking mounts I haven't bought, so in theory, even though the rep items are pretty cheap, my badges should be allocated for that when I can get this done easier. But you can't deny that I could spend a couple hundred badges and just be done with this. Wish they would bring back the farm. I'm rapidly discovering it's still here. You can make some gold out here. You can sell some of this stuff that you're planting for like relevant amounts of gold. Started dreading collecting lumber because of how the community talks about it, but it takes me less than an hour to collect about 100. Yeah, I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't been keeping up with the discourse, but I think it's in a good spot right now for me. I don't think I ever did this garden. There we go. It was pay dirt all along. Am I close to? So it's Fung, Tina, Jogu, and... Here, I'll double check. There's 4 people that I'm specifically trying to get to rank 5 out of 6 rep. This is something I did back in the day. I just have long since lost. Tina, Ella, Jogu, and Fung. I've long since lost the character. I don't even know who it was. They've been deleted a long time ago. So we're doing it again. The rest of them I can kind of take or leave, but maybe it'll come in handy. Didn't play much of Mop, wish I did now. Mop is kind of an interesting one. Hindsight does funny things to Mop. It was a good expansion for sure. It had all that bad press at the front of it, because people were concerned about the direction of it being too Disney, too sanitized, too Jack Black adjacent. You know, people didn't want their gritty World of Warcraft, which is kind of funny, but people didn't want their gritty World of Warcraft to be like for kids or with slightly more baggage for China. They didn't like the idea that they were pandering to their East Asian communities. So it had some blowback originally. And then the raids were amazing. The PvP apparently was legendary. I didn't PvP during this expansion, but Flabby tells me it was a real golden age. And then like the zones and the questing and everything was really good. The thing that, aside from... The branding never bothered me, because I liked it a lot. I thought it was adorable. But the thing that made MoP tough for me... Not tough. MoP was a funny expansion for me because I didn't actually raid during MoP. I didn't get into my raiding guild until the end of MoP. Like, I did a little bit of Siege with them, but we started in WoD. So I was kind of guildless, I was unaffiliated, I was leveling alts, I was doing pet battles, because this was the expansion that introduced pet battles, which was a big deal for me. But I didn't do endgame stuff. I never did the legendaries, even though they were gimme, like the cloaks. The cloaks were kind of gimmies. I never ever did them. And the thing that made it really kind of tough that I feel like we've kind of forgotten a little bit at the beginning is how aggressive and intensive it was to try to keep up with the daily quest burden at the beginning of the expansion. It was very easy to burn yourself out because MoP marked a change where they took away the cap to how many daily quests you could do. There used to be a daily quest cap in like Wrath that was kind of to keep people from no-lifing too hard, I guess. You could only do so many dailies in a day. And in MoP, they were like, do as many as you want. Also, here's a bunch of dailies. And early on, there was like important gear on all the reputations. All the reps had rep grinding dailies, and they were fairly old-fashionedly paced rep grinding dailies, so you had to be doing a lot of them and for a while. Like, it's cute when I just come out here and do the Tillers ones, but when you had like the Order of the Cloud Serpent, and you had the Claxi, and you had your Shadow Pan, and you had your Cloud Serpents over in the... Like, there was a lot of them, and they all hit at exactly the same time. So it was really easy at the early expansion to burn yourself out doing chores. It was one of the worst times for chores. Yeah, Timeless Isle was really good. They've been trying to remake and capture the Timeless Isle magic ever since they did it. They cannot figure out what they did right. Claxi drove me insane at the time. Hate Timeless Isle so much. I liked it. I liked hanging out, running around, killing rares from mounts. It was probably my earliest experience, just kind of like camping rares for mounts, like doing the Hulan grind. Isle of Thunder I found out about like later. I was so out of touch with endgame during MoP that a couple of the major content patches just missed me. I didn't know that they had happened. I was not tuned in to YouTube or Wowhead. I wasn't making videos yet. I certainly wasn't making news videos. I was making pet battle guides. I had no idea they dropped content patches, so the one in Krasarang Wilds and then Isle of Thunder completely missed me. I did not play them until after the expansion was over. Or at least not very much. It was weird. I've never been that out of touch since. MoP was also the expansion where I took the longest break that I'd ever taken. I didn't unsub, but I would spend maybe a week or two in between logging in at one point, because I remember I had burned out on dailies, I had burned out on doing my farm, because I was MoP farming for golds, and I had alts, and I was leveling a lot of alts. And I wasn't really... No one needed me. No one needed me for anything. I was playing very much in a bubble. So it was kind of easy for me to dip out, and that was when I had my Dark Souls 2 phases. I dipped out of WoW, and I got really into Dark Souls for a while. Yeah, I know. I've never really taken an actual, like, months-long break. Never. Not since I started playing. Fell in love with the Kata dailies you had to do, finish the Tulbarad dailies, do a daily heroic, you can call it a day. My main memory on the daily island part of Tulbarad was farming mobs to try to get a fox. There was a fox pet that was a really low drop rate. That's mainly what I remember. Oh, I got some Farmer Fung rep. I think he likes me. He probably likes me because I accidentally gave him someone else's present. We are now able to buy the pod on well. Thanks, Farmer Fung. Nice. We're getting close with these guys. You think you could still do Dark Souls 2? I don't know I can. Oh, I think that it would come back to me. I think that if I tried to do a playthrough of it, it would come back to me. Not right away. I'm sure I would get stuck and I would get frustrated and I would have to progress things. But I betcha Dark Souls 2 specifically, because I put so many hours into that. Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, and then other games that I didn't really finish, like Elden Ring, would be way harder for me because I didn't put as much practice into them. But for whatever reason, I like fixated on DS2. Which was funny because that's the one everybody hates. Like no one, the hardcore Dark Souls fans did not like Dark Souls 2. It does not have a great reputation, and I acknowledge all the issues with it. But that was my jam. I did play some Elden Ring. I've played the first smidge of it. I've done at least one boss, I'm pretty sure, but not very much. I haven't gotten super deep into it. My problem with it, I think, is that. Well, there's two problems. One of them is that I'm not in the same place in my life I was last time I got into games of that style. Part of what gave me the tenacity to stick with them was I felt like I had something to prove. And I've kind of lost that. That particular chip on my shoulder just rusted off. So I don't really care anymore. I don't feel a need to impress anybody. But then the other thing is that I want it to be Dark Souls. So anything about it that's not weirds me out and then I don't like it. I don't like the horse. The horse freaks me out. The horse combat. Anytime the abilities get too wonky, like all my favorite memories of playing a Souls-like game was like, I don't know, sword and boarding or, you know, dual wielding stabbers trying to SL1 my way through Dark Souls 2. Like it was very vanilla. It was not fancy. I did not use a lot of fancy abilities. It was very much about just like keeping track of enemy timing and then trying to parry. You think you'd still be playing WoW if you weren't making content? Probably not. I think I would have washed out a while ago. Which is funny. When I started playing, I never thought I would quit. Like I saw all my friends like kind of getting burned out and washed out, and I did not relate at all. Through like Mop and Kata and like onwards, but somewhere around maybe Dragonflight. Nothing wrong with the game. The game's fine. But I think if I was doing something else in my life, I might have washed out of it, because every now and then I get taken by like some self-development fad, and one of them would have made me quit gaming. And then by the time I had been out of it, I would have been out of it too long to get back in, because I feel like I would have gotten lost, and I would not care for being overwhelmed trying to return to WoW. I think that would have happened to me. Is something would have convinced me that everything would be cool if I just like focused on what's real. And then by the time I had gotten that out of my system, I would have been like too far out of it. Wanted to pop in, say I hope you're doing well. Thanks for keeping me company. Take care of my baby boy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he feels better soon. Keeping track of ability timing and parrying is 90% of Dark Souls gameplay. And then 10% is Fashion Souls, where you just trying to... Oh, I got a Marsh Lily. Hang on. Farmer Fung or Gina. So I don't need Farmer Fung rep anymore, so I could give it to any of them. Who needs it the most? Nanny, thanks for the 78-month reset. Hello, Hazel and chat. Even after so much time, I don't get tired. Thank you for all the cozy content. Well, thanks for sticking with me. How do you feel about midnight being less than 4 months away? Anything specific? I want to get as much decor as I can, just in terms of gameplay. In terms of other stuff, I know I want to get raid guides out before the raid comes out. That's usual. That's normal. Aside from that, I don't know. Figuring my life out. It's a long time. Yeah. Bad news for raid guide creation. It's a lot of room for procrastination, huh? Who am I farthest off from here? Who likes me the least? Jogu's nearly there, actually. Ella hates me. Farmer Fung is done. And then Tina is kind of in the middle. So I should probably give it to Ella. Yeah, it's 540 rep. She wants something else. Ella's a lot of work. Yeah, maybe I should be focusing badges on her gifts instead. Patrick, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. So now we have other dailies we can do here. Uncut Chrysoberyl. Huh. Must be a specific gift for Tina kind of quest. I'm not against the Iron Pod tokens either, because there is transmog I never finished for them. Yeah, Joku's not so bad. Unsub for the first half of Mop, missed the full farm, bunch of dailies. Pretty much. A bunch of dailies. You can plant stuff on the farm. It grows every day as long as you tend it. Kind of like a little mini Farmville kind of game. I'm wondering... Ella likes jade cats and shrimp dumplings. I'm wondering if I should do her with badges if possible, just because she seems so slow. She's very far behind the rest of them. Not all the dailies are in town. Is there an easy way to find the rest of them, or do you just... I have picked up some, like, in this area. Is there an easy way to find the rest of them, or do you just kind of have to... no. Okay, it looks like she, at the very southern tip of this mountain, is where she would exist otherwise. You can buy the jade cats. 900 rep each. You just learn them, okay. Ella sounds very stubborn. I mean, I also love jade cats, so I kind of understand. I kind of get it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do her with badges. I'm gonna do some math. That's how you know it's serious. I don't like doing that. Not a big fan, but we're gonna do some math. Oh, hang on. What do you want? Oh, no, you're the, the pet tamer. The pet tamer gets me every time. That's just Farmer Nishi. Mopwit's current. Had all my else use the farm for the plants to give you ore, would transmute into living steel, make a crazy profit. I think it's still not bad, because to this day, people still want sky golems. Okay, so how much rep do I specifically need? I think that each level is 8,400. I think they're flat levels. They're all the same size. I need to get her to 4 of 6 or 5 of 6? I need to get her to 5 of 6. Here, we're going to head to the Time Asylum. So the total would be 42k, but we're already at 2 and a bit, right? I don't know if my math is right here. And then how much do we have? 1268. So that would indicate that I need just about 24k rep. At 900 a per, I would need 27 cats. Does that sound remotely right? You can complete the dish quest. Can make her shrimp dumplings. Oh, and the gift quest is a daily turn-in, right? So I shouldn't buy 27 cats because that's dumb. But I could buy a couple of them. And then also make her the shrimp that she wants. For the other guys, I didn't feel like I really had to keep up with what was going on. People are gonna pay me 30 gold for that juicy crunch carrot. Good lord. Still cooking. I need to get inscribing too. That's what I really wanted to do today. However, I am a piece of decor up. We did get our well from Farmer Fung, so we're not doing nothing. I'll buy Jogu an apple too while I'm out here, and then we can get Tina likes ruby shards. Because Tina's very nearly done. Basically, one ruby shard should sort me for her. And then Jogu's pretty close. I might be able to finish him today too, actually, if I make him his food as well. It's worth it. The way that you say it makes me feel like you mean like, oh man, she's tough to get to know, but she's the best friend once you've got her. She'll show up to your birthday. She'll be there when you get dumped. Juicy crunch carrot hidden gold mine. I mean, you can plant them on your farm. The mop farming mats are needed to level mop cooking, which people are doing to make decor. And yeah, just being able to grow the carrots in your farm is kind of adorable and also not bad gold either. Alright, so we'll pick up a couple of extra cats and then get one of each of the other things that we need. Time walking badges wise. I got a couple of time warp badges just because I started doing turbulent timeways. So I have some. Not much, mind you. We're still down bad in terms of mounts, but that's okay. Ah, yes, timeless file. This vendor's so annoying to get to. They're so far from everything and you can't even fly out here. It's lucky it's pretty out here. I want some of these pine trees. I like those ones. How much does the actual basket sell for? What basket? The dumpling basket? Alright, so... Jade cats. Let's get her 3 cats. That's 3 days worth. An apple for Jogu. A ruby shard for Tina. Stick with that. These things are only available on the time walking vendor this week. It's just because it happens to be mop time walking right now. So if you're thinking about doing this to fill in the tiller's decor, now is a good time. I wonder if some people are spending gold on mop cooking mats to get this rep. Like, that's another thing. Like, if Ella wants shrimp dumplings, either the dumplings themselves or the mats to make them are probably pretty juice. Yeah, 100 gold per unit of shrimp dumplings. I'll have to look and see if I can craft them. Or, like, what it would take to craft them. Because mop cooking had, like, the way of the pot and the way of the air fryer, and it was, like, a bunch of different leveling paths within just mop cooking. It was kind of nuts. Oh yeah, no, the dumpling basket is pretty cheap now because there was a lot of competition for it because people realized that people wanted it, so they've fallen off. But what if you want lots of dumplings? Writes down shrimp dumplings. So if I wanted to make shrimp dumplings... Oh, I have the... When in my life did I do this? It doesn't matter, I suppose. So I just need giant mantis shrimp. But those themselves are 100 gold apiece. Giant mantis shrimp. Let's see here. Drop quest fished. Are there pools of them? Let me see. Are we about to go fishing for 100 gold fish? Srila Village Jade Forest. That's funny. 100 gold each. Can I, arrange to get off this? Yeah, I'm gonna need to make a stop. I need to make a pit stop. My girl wants shrimp. Yeah, Midnight's gonna have even more decor. Housing coming out reminds me of when Pet Battles came out. That was the last time I kind of felt like this sort of crackling excitement of, oh man, this thing's right on the ground floor. This is the time to get in. Sri La Village. Oh, up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to track fishing pools for a second. And we're going to head out to the coast. Ominous given the current state of Pet Battles. I don't think housing is going to have anything like that happen to it. My giant mantis shrimp swarm. So, like... Hang on. 3 more class hall decor achievements left. Nice. I wonder if it's faster to sell the shrimp or the cooked shrimp. You can do some of both. You know what I need to do? I need to put a bobber on. We've got some good ones from, oh, whatchamacallit, Undermine. Organically sourced Wellington, and I'm pretty sure it's a hot dog. Which is the closest thing to bait that I think they've let us do. In terms of, bobber appearances anyway. Look at that, it's got grill marks in the bun and everything. 3 more class hall decor achievements left. Still need to do Fisher Friends. Fear it'll take me forever. Yeah, these pools are around. Are those really... I'm just gonna post those to see if they sell. I feel like maybe it's a supply issue. Oh no, it's not 100 gold. It's 50 gold per. It's still kind of nuts for... That's still insane for fish. For Pandaria fish. Anyway, I'm just gonna get the fish I need to feed Ella for a couple of days. EU 65 gold each. They must have spiked for a second. They must have spiked pretty high. Because I'm probably not the only one realizing that Ella sucks. Skeleton fishing rod. Yeah, I think it's the under light angler. I keep it in my thing. Mimic octopus. I keep it in my profession equipment thing because of the underwater breathing, I think. Made 500k since housing has come out. Nice. Yeah, it's the fishing pole artifact. I wish you could mog your profession equipment. I would love to switch my fishing pole out. This one is funny. it's a good fishing rod. I'm not against it. Yeah, Pandaria fishing's not bad because golden carp are going to be valuable too. Those are still at 20 gold per. Oh, no, someone bought the mantis shrimp. They are selling. There you go. If you want like a chill farm, there's pools of these. Really easy to find. Tons of pools of them. Never got it. Is it worth getting? Yeah. If I didn't already have it, I don't know if I would really bother to get it now because there's not that many things that make me swim. I'm very rarely at risk of drowning anymore. But you only have to get it once on the character, and then you can just kind of keep it on forever. How many max level tunes do you usually have in an expansion? Kind of varies. At the beginning of the expansion 1, I'm not usually very fast to level alts. At some point in the middle of the expansion, I'll generally get a couple more propped up, maybe 4. And then towards the end of the expansion, whenever there's like really good catch-up or like a really beasted out time walking event, I'll try to get the rest of them. But I don't usually have a lot of level capped alts throughout an expansion. Handful. Lazy. I got some sealed crates. What's in those? Corn-breaded sausage, Rumsey Rum, Windwool. It did have an artifact tree. It lets you... Hang on. It lets me be a shark. So I'm not a druid, but having that fishing pole gives me this shark form, which gives me swim speed, and it gives me water breathing, and that's the main thing. I think it had some other abilities. I don't know if those still work. But this is the big draw. Alright, we can make some shrimp dumplings. Might need some more for tomorrow, but we'll be good for today. Where'd you get it? There's an old video that I did that walks you right through it, and the only reason I'm plugging that is because I forgot. I did it so long ago that I do not remember. But I know I made a guide back in the day. It was a bit of a process. It took a little bit of doing. Or maybe it just took doing to level it up, which I don't know if you would need to do anymore. What I would do is I would just... Here, let me grab the Wowhead page for the thing in general. And the comments will probably have more up-to-date and relevant info. It's called the Underlight Angler. I don't know what's about the speed. I usually use underwater mounts. I don't know if you can get it in Lemix. There's the Wowhead link. I would assume not, because it's profession related and Lemix doesn't have real professions. I am gonna level a Heroneer, I think. Heroneer Druid. Okay, so we're gonna make some shrimp dumplings. I'm gonna hold down my shift key to override my Leatrix Plus auto turn-in so I don't just start donating gifts to people that don't want them. I am at level 5 housing. I am overcapped for it. So, Jogu, I have an apple for you. Not quite. Sauteed carrots. We'll look into the carrots in a minute. I saw Ella. She was over here? Ella gets the cat. I like how Jogu's also over here. And she also gets the shrimp. Dish for Ella. So she gave me 1800 rep for the shrimp. That's quite good. That's much better than the cat. The cat's good too. I got 900 for the cat. My ruby shard I think is for Tina. Yeah. Might swap my hunter to a Heroneer. Ever find any dirt piles? No. Can't say I did. Ruby shard for Tina. Tina is now a good friend, so I think I can buy her furniture. So we're 2 out of 4. Let's go get it. We just gotta be careful not to turn in the extra cats to anybody but Ella. Ooh! Tina was for the cooking table. Happy about this. Very happy about that. Pandarn cooking table. 1 for me. Thank you. I'm gonna use that in my kitchen. The other 2 that we're waiting for. Ella is for the Pandaran pantry, which is admittedly very cute. And then Jogu's gonna predictably give me a keg. Oh. Yes? Oh. What is it? Anyway, let's saute some carrots or like look. Oh, that's probably why the carrots are expensive. It's probably because of people trying to feed Jogu. That's what it is. It's not leveling Pandaran cooking, it's sauteing carrots. Carrot. So the carrots are 4 gold a piece. The sauteed carrots 38 gold a piece. I'm just gonna buy 5 for today because I think that that's gonna finish me up with him. No, not the jade cat, just the dish. How hard or expensive is it to level out the professions for each X-Pack? Varies wildly. Generally pretty easy, not super expensive, although that's going to be very relative. A couple of outliers will be annoying though. There are a couple of outliers that are either very expensive or very time consuming, or in some cases both. Legion professions have a lot of questing associated, Draenor professions will sometimes have a lot of daily cooldowns associated, especially if you need a bunch of different recipes in order to level. So I can now get his keg, so now we're just here for Ella. We can give her shrimp every day, and that's going to help out quite a bit. I have one extra set of dumplings. I must have crafted one too many. Let's see if we can sell it. Did I learn my keg? There it is. Yep, house is at level 5. We're over leveled. We're 55k experience out of 37. I don't know if I'm turning in that octopus. Alright, happy with that. We are nearly finished with the farm now. Let's do some... I'll take her back home. Let's do some Inscription. I'm gonna see what I have on Allison first, which I'm pretty sure is just Dragonflight Inscription, but that's because I leveled it during Dragonflight, so we're gonna make those on her, and then I'll pivot to my Nightborn character to do the rest of the inscriptions. That is annoying and disorganized to have them on multiple characters, but it is what it is. I'd rather have the +5 points for doing this. You can skip some of the Draenor's daily CDs with Savage Bloods, but those have gone way up. Learned about Farm Hunt. Never knew it existed. It's awesome. Oh, nice. I'm glad you like it. It's been working real good for me. I've been really happy with it. All right, let's go see what else we can make. I've made a couple of the things already, so we're gonna check and see what we have left and how much lumber we need. So Allison was an undead I made because I was just feeling an itch for an undead priest. I wanted her to be bald. I wanted her to be cool. So I made one. Dragonflight era. Hi Hazel. Hi Kenrail. How you doing? Spent hours loading the soil. I was so obsessed with it. I can't believe I didn't realize anything about the food. I vaguely saw something about the giving them food, and then I just didn't think about it. All right, I could have been doing that by now. Look at how many things you can make with Dragon Isle's Inscription. 7 pieces of decor with Dragon Isle's Inscription. Bald is cool. Why did he stop being cool? How's the house coming along? It's good. It's good. All right, so this one's done. This one's done. This one is not. This one's not. Okay, so we're gonna need some lumber. What I'm gonna do is there are 4 items I need to make. I have 30 lumber handy, so I'm gonna make the bottom 2 the easy ones. To scratch them off the list. So let's do a barrel and a storage crate. So let's get some flourishing ink. Ironically, the gold version is cheapest. We'll get some ceravite ore. And then some blazing ink. Some of this is lumber that I actually farmed up while I was working on that video, which is kind of nice. I got a little extra. Alright, let's make 1 banded barrel. And 1 long Valdrakken storage crate. It'll be good for my closet. Do your guildies call you Hazel or Inksy? Oh, they call me Hazel. I get called Inksy if I'm raid testing, because I show up on Inksy, and I usually change my Discord name to Inksy. Just to kind of be undercover a little bit. Although people know. People seem to buy the 1-star, don't know why. The only reason I think to buy 1-star mats is when you're doing a daily quest that specifically calls for them. But there's often not a lot of supply of them, because once you've been gathering for a while, you won't get them anymore, is usually what happens. Okay, so I need another 17 dragon pine lumber here, so let's just go get it. We'll aim for maybe a little more than that, 20 or 30. Won't take long. Most excited about all the decor in Midnight? Crazy that this seems like only the tip of the iceberg, all the housing stuff. Yeah. I think that's partly why I feel so motivated to collect as much as I can of the pre-order, pre-access decor as I can, is because I know there's so much stuff coming. I'm not going to want to be messing around with my class halls once Midnight comes out. I want this sorted. I want this done. So I like getting dragon pine lumber and Azure span generally, but I do occasionally trip and end up in the plains. And then I usually turn around. This will be good, though. All of the books I kind of have in my room already, so any more books that we can get is good. Yeah, they're doing something with material ranks. I think they're squishing them. I think it's just 2, maybe? I forget. I haven't looked at it. What auction house and trade skill manager should I use? Those things shouldn't be affected at all. The only add-ons that should be affected are things that deal with in-combat information. Anything profession making, gold making, journal, those things should not be touched at all. They should be totally fine. So whichever ones you like. Got all the decor that dropped from dungeons and raid bosses last night. Nice. Yeah, that's fun. I liked doing that part of it a lot. It felt so manageable. You know, do a dungeon, get a piece of decor. It feels really good that they're guaranteed drops. Kitty cat, do you want to come sit in my lap? You want up? Oopsies. It feels weird that this druid is 80 when some of my, like, Barnacles isn't, but it's just because I leveled him in Remix, and Remix gets characters to 80. Tide Sage Fireplace is my favorite drop. Yeah, it's a really cool one. I think mine might have been the fountain, Alluriel's fountain. Weird rolling for an item in the middle of a dungeon when doing it with other people. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I farmed all of them and I soloed everything because I didn't want to roll against other people. For the current ones, you can do follower dungeons, and then that way you get it for sure. I'm doing class halls now, but in retail and not remix. Kitty, do you want to? Come sit in my lap. You can do it. It'll be cozy. It'll be fun. You'll love it. Recommend it. 10-star Yelp review. Hi. Hi, baby girl. I'm so glad you're here. How are you? Any reason to be doing those in retail and not remix? Nah, I'm just being weird about it. Not really. I guess remix skips the missions, and you're most likely also wanting to do the achievement that requires you to recruit 20 troops. So doing the missions is kind of nice because then you can get the troops killed, and then you can get more troops. Like, you need to be doing missions anyways. Hi, Kira. There's a chair in the chest when you get when you complete Withered Army training, and that one's not guaranteed. Oh dear. I haven't seen that one on Homebound yet. I feel like there's some decor that's not fully implemented or properly implemented, like that banner that I got in a remix High Mountain Paragon cache. I can't even place it because I feel like it's just not in properly. World quest part much faster in retail. Yeah. I'm sure things will probably convert smoothly. Like if you got halfway through it in remix, when it spits to retail, it's probably going to keep all its progress, no problem. But I've lived too long to trust that nothing's going to break. And I don't believe that I'm going to have the motivation to finish it while it's still current in remix. So I'd rather just do it in retail where nothing's going to end. Not in Homebound yet. Found out through WoW thing. Is it placeable? I've gotten a couple of pieces of decor that weren't on Homebound that I can get, but they're not placeable. The Recyclakiln is another one. Yeah, I heard about this Garrison Scouting Missions one as well. Paragon Cache. I got it from a Paragon Cache in Remix. Won't let me put it in my house, though. I think my most played class must be Priest. I've been a Priest main for a long time. And I like to do a lot of things in my main. Hunter's got to be the runner-up, though. The High Mountain banner fixed? Good. I wonder how many others there are, because I only got the High Mountain one, but I heard there were more. So weird. Need to do the drum circle achievement? Can't even find it in game. PvP takes a lot of time. Would guess third. Possible. There's no real good way to count either, because even if I was like adding up the played on my different characters, I still wouldn't know because I've deleted so many characters over the years, some of which had a lot of playtime on them. Those are my top 3 for sure, though. How are we doing? Oh, I got 41. Yeah, I got 41. Okay, that'll do. That's more than what we need. You get so comfy out here. It gets so cozy, farming lumber. Do you think you'd be at character cap if you never deleted? Oh, easily. Easily. I've deleted a lot of characters. I'm pretty bad for making alts. I like making alts. And if I was never allowed to delete any of them, I think I would hit cap ages ago. What would I guess for least played class? I think Demon Hunter. I think it's gotta be Demon Hunter for my least played class. There's probably a couple that are pretty close at the bottom of my played classes, but I think DH. It's not Evoker because I mained Evoker for 2 patches. I need to stop farming lumber. It's just too cozy. Bugged ensembles. Some saying I have them, but not the Mog. I thought that they did something where they were going to allow you to repurchase them to try again. Miss Kira. I don't think she needs anything, but I'm going to take a break just so I can check just in case. BRB. Okie dokie. Let's see here. One thing I should do is I should also, after I'm done this, pop on my priest and just do a real quick look to see if there's any decor that I know how to craft or could train, like professions that I already leveled but just haven't made yet. Should check on that. Sure is placeable. Ancient Elven Highback. Withered Armor Training. Got 1 in remix. Okay. Now there's our lumber. We were buying in. Maybe I'll park them. I thought it was one of my cats. She's gotten into this habit. She doesn't need anything. We fixed her water just in case. Sometimes she just wants you to do something for her. I was going to Allison is who I was using. Drum circle earned? Guess it was hidden. Oh nice, grats! Why Demon Hunter for my least played class? Just because I haven't played it very much. I don't know what else to tell you. They added it later. Just didn't vibe with me. Felt kind of zoomy. didn't click. I didn't like that Demon Hunters all kind of look the same. They didn't have a lot of personalization available. Like, there weren't very many races. The races that you can be Demon Hunters on kind of look the same. You all kind of look the same when you're in your, like, demon form, and I found the whole thing to be a bit cheesy. Hashtag I am my scars. It was just like, it was just a bit much. I'm checking. We're doing these guys. Not this one. Not this one. This one. We need red literature. And we need regular storage crate. Not long storage crate, regular. Alright. Still hate that about them. Yeah, I like my characters to be something that I felt like I don't know, personalized a little more than that. Blazing ink. Extra ceravite ore. And then we can also, glittering parchment we can just buy off the vendor if we don't have it. We do have it. Solved my rep grinding issue. Turns out Shattered Hulls gives 2.5k rep per run, making things go a lot faster. Nice. Kitty doesn't like moving water. I once bought her a water fountain. I have an old picture of her standing next to it looking at me like I'm stupid. She refused to drink out of it. She refused. She hates them. Moose, I feel like, would be all about it, but she's not. She didn't get the memo. Oh, I need to get my mail. I forgot I was on the wrong Brutosaur. The inferior original Brutosaur without a mailbox. Okay, one of these. And one of these. I love the literature stacks. They're so nice. I love sticking them on a shelf. I wish I had like 100 of them. That'd be a lot of lumber. Excellent. All right. For whatever reason, she also has Dragonel's Alchemy, but I think I did the decor for that already. I did, because it was like it was the elixir bottle and stuff. Okay. I don't think she has Inscription from any other expansion. I think she exclusively has it leveled for... Yeah, she only leveled it for Dragonel. So every other Inscription is going to be not this character. I'm going to check and see if there's anything I missed on my priest. ATT shares the Blood Totem banner. Homebound's trying to catch up. Yeah, give it another day or two. I bet you they'll have it. This is the moment scribes have been waiting for. Yeah, I like my undead. I'm gonna use a Nightborn though for the rest of the Inscription, just because of the skill up. I'm not taking advantage of the plus skill for alchemy and enchanting because those are my main professions, and she doesn't have a skill bonus for either of them, so I've been kind of proverbially raw dogging it. Homebound. All right, so if we look, oh, I remembered. Hang on. We are one item short of completely finishing jewel crafting, and I forgot I can get that today. Hold up. We got to get our Dranic Basin. I forgot that was on today's list. So we'll grab this guy. Get our recipe. Okay, finish my research. Oh no, I'm back in hell. Ah! This one. Another one of these. Say 89% insane account completionist mode and all the things. Nice. That's crazy. One might even say it's insane. Anybody we could send two guys out? We don't have any good murderous missions, so we'll just do a normal one. But what I really wanted to do was go to Storm Shield. Plus being a mage. And we're gonna make our secrets of Draenor jewel crafting. We're gonna learn the basin. We're gonna make it. Might need some lumber. Have to look into that. I don't think so, actually. I traded some lumber just for the sake of it for when I was making that video, so that should do me. Draenor jewel crafting. It feels weird having a profession caught up. I don't usually do that. I don't usually have like all of the back catalog of professions leveled. It's weird that I've done it on a character now. Okay. Jewel crafting tent is just over here, so we can get the recipe. Dranic Basin. Because we have the Dranithus sconce. I don't know the recipe yet, but I have one learned because Flabby made it for me. We can always, if we want to make more copies, we can always learn it on another day. Oh, it takes exactly the amount of Shadow Moon lumber I have. This is excellent. This is the best day of the YouTube video. Always makes my day whenever you upload. Aw, shucks. Does it feel good? Can I make a greater haste Talonite? No. No, I can't. 50 talent crystals. No wonder they're 3k each. Goodness. These are cheap. And then we have lots of this, but we can get some more. Alright, so this is my final jewel crafting item. I'll have all of the jewel crafting decor. One profession down. Isn't that nice? Nice little sink. Nice for a bathroom. I gotta figure out how to piece together the right pieces of furniture to make like a vanity kind of situation. Because if you just stick it on the wall, it's gonna look like a urinal. I did get the gear grinder mount. I didn't notice that I had it until someone asked if I had the achievement, and I went looking for it. And I found it. It's like, oh, there it is. But yeah, we got that one. Alright, now we're going to check the priest to see if there's anything easy she can make before we start leveling professions. Because I think there might be a couple gaps where I just need the lumber. Or just to visit the trainer. I wanted to make 90 this year, but Hearthstone distracted me. Okay. So if I'm looking at... There's two ways to break an egg here. Let's start with enchanting. Let's go to decor. Go to classic. I have classic enchanting at 188. Classic enchanting decor requires 240, so haven't leveled that enough yet. Outland, not leveled. Northrend, not leveled. Kata, not leveled. Draenor is leveled, and I'm pretty sure the Draenor decor I've got. So you can see we've got gaps. Legion's not leveled enough. Kultiran is leveled. This is the one I need. I need to get Kultiran. I need to go to the Kultiran enchanting trainer. That's what I was missing. Let's do that. Whenever you summon the mount and you're near a critter, it will one-shot them. Does it really? Oh, I need to see that. I gotta find a critter. Uh-oh. Oh, not the blood spatter. Oh. Oh, I feel dirty. I did not know that. Why did it have to be a bunny? Well, they reproduce. I know, because Flabby's been militantly killing all the animals on my housing plot. Alright, Kultiran enchanting. For whatever reason, it's already leveled, so we just gotta learn the recipes. Who chose this? I did. Me all along. Guild achievement to slaughter bunnies. Was there one for bunnies in particular? There was one for critters, but I mainly did snakes and then spiders. The snakes in Stranglethorn, and then the spiders in Plaguelands. Oh, hey. There's some lumber right here. That's kind of nice. Borellos has like lots of really good inspo for how to lay out a nice little garden. I need some paving stone floor arrangements that are like bigger, more stones. I want to be able to place like big patches of them. Big sort of roundish patches of them without needing to place them stone by stone or like clump by clump. Enchanting. It's over here, wasn't it? Yeah. I might even have the lumber already. I got a lot of dark pine lumber. I have most of the vendor decor. I think I have everything that I can just kind of roll up and get. I think the rest of the vendor decor that I'm missing has requirements that I haven't met yet. I think that's where we're at. I could have mistaken something though, just because there's a lot of it and it's kind of complicated. All right. Oh yeah, we got loads of lumber. We're gonna make a dressed rod and a tide sage totem. No problem. If you want to place 2 chairs, you need 2 chairs. You cannot place the same chair twice. It's unfortunate. If you want to place 20 sconces, you better get 20 of them. Tempted to get a little extra lumber to make another one of those to sell. There is a max number of items you can have in your storage. Things that are placed in your house don't count towards your storage. Storage is at 5,000 for now, but I think they might have plans to raise it. And then items placed in your house is going to depend on your housing budget, which goes up with your house level. How do you know what and where to track down for housing? I'm largely using Homebound. This add-on has tabs for unlockables, is quest and achievement things. Vendors will show you things like rep vendors as well as where to get copies of items on vendors. So if I want, for example, I can see that Gina in Pandaria sells these things. One of them is something I haven't collected. Drops will show you where the will show you what the items that drop off bosses are. This is the fountain you can get from doing Spellblade Aluriel and Nighthold. You do like Warlord Sarga and Neltharis, and you'll get one of these. And then Professions has all of the profession decor broken out by which profession it is and which expansion it is, and then you can click on it to see what it is. You can, I think, right-click on it to see the mats. Homebound. Very good. It's been getting patched regularly. It's doing good stuff. Bigger house, you get your housing level up, and then you go visit the general contractor. It's capped at 5 right now. I did do the time walking this week for Turbulent Timeways. I did it Tuesday before my stream week even started. What am I doing? I think I was still looking for what other things I can make that I haven't made yet. So Coltiran we did. Shadowlands Enchanting is leveled, and I think I made them. Yeah, I did those already, and then Dragon Isles I would have done. Yeah, Dragon Isles and then Coltiran we did these. I'm gonna make another one of these because I don't have one up for sale right now, and it's a nice item. We gotta keep the supplies, and I have the extra lumber. We make a little gold here and there, selling the occasional piece of decor, and it helps fund our profession leveling, you know, ethically. So there's 4 new Turbulent Timeways mounts, and what they do is they give you a voucher once you have qualified to buy one of them for free, and the other are all 5,000 Time Warped badges each. You can tell I'm stoked about this. Yeah. They're like bronze-looking recolors of Shadowlands era Covenant mounts. Okie dokie. Alchemy decor. So I've made these and these. Let's look at classic. I do not have classic leveled. I do have Outland Alchemy leveled. Did I make one of each? I did. Got like 200k badges saved up, so I'm chilling. I don't think it's too late to start Timeways. There's more weeks than they require. I think you're still fine. Northrend, not leveled. I don't even think I have Cataclysm trained, so I guess it must not be leveled. Draenor Alchemy we do have leveled. I haven't finished it yet, though. We need both of these things. We have the Catalyst. Okay, so I need more Shadowman lumber. So I need 36 Alemba lumber. I'll pop by the bank and see how much we have. I think we might need more. I knew I had a couple of gaps. But it's nice. I already have the recipes for both of those. Get a Fellblood Cauldron and a wine barrel. Oh no, I have 50. Okay, we're set. Here, we'll take all that. I'll split 36. We'll split 40 off of it, because I think I have to do it in 5s. Maybe. How much did I have? Oh no, I think I'm getting my lumber mixed up. That was kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we're gonna go trade that. So we have the lumber, so we just need to make the stuff easy. We'll go trade that for lumber. For a brief moment, I thought I'd accidentally cloned lumber, just by like splitting a stack. Not so much. Just like a weird graphic bug. Hi. Lucky I got so much lumber last night. I do have an extra 8 Dornic fur I need to stick in the war bank. My bags have gotten so messy. This is like the messiest all of my alt bags have ever been. I'm normally really good about keeping stuff nice and clean, but it's been bad. I'll get 40 of that. And then, specifically, these guys. Double check to make sure that we need them. We do. Let's get our mats. Oh, I might need to make another alchemical catalyst. We've got mats for that. Never tell me how many people are in here. As far as I'm concerned, there's a dozen of us. It's chill. It's just like a birthday party. We're gonna go ahead and buy the stuff we need. I'm getting good decor up today. I found a couple of easy gaps to fill out is what happened. True iron, not too expensive. Never telling the odds. Great video. Oh, thanks. Very big birthday party. Happy birthday. What type of cake are we having? I'm a chocolate cake truther. Other types of cake are just inferior and not worth my time. I'm not huge on cake to begin with, so if I'm having cake, it needs to be chocolate cake, and the icing better be good. Cheesecake, best cake. Like a chocolate cake with cream cheese icing is better than you'd think it would be. No, I want cake. Cheesecake's good, but cheesecake I feel like isn't really cake. You know what I mean? It doesn't share a lot of properties with cake. We're gonna... alchemy, Draenor alchemy, that's right, that's right. One of these. And a wine barrel. Oh no, my math sucks. Ugh. Okay. Why does it take 16? This better be a huge barrel. 16 lumber for this thing? Cake is in the name, it's a cake. I can think of a few things with cake in the name that I can confirm are not cake. I need one more. That's so annoying. And I have the lumber for it, but I just used my bank cooldown. Do I really not have another one? And like 5 more? I mean, probably not. Can I buy this? Oh, I can. Okay, never mind. Problem solved. Must have had extra. One wine barrel. One weirdly expensive wine barrel. I'm putting this in my house. If they're gonna charge me this much lumber for it, it's going in my house. There's my Fellblood cauldron. And there's my wine barrel. Rice cakes. Yeah, if you went to a birthday party and they brought out the cake and it was a rice cake, you would have feelings about it. Not to speak of the urinal kings. Alright, where should we put this wine barrel? Starting to cake war in here. I've been to those birthday parties. Or a crab cake! A crab cake I think would go over better than like a dry rice cake. Wine barrel. Alright, well it's not that big, but it does benefit from including some of the weakest wine I've ever seen. That's really funny, actually. Yeah. Drag it into my pantry. Speaking of things... I don't have the Pandaren pantry yet, but I did get the Pandaren cooking table. This is gonna be my kitchen eventually. I feel like putting this on the wall is a mistake. Because then how do you get in? There's gotta be some trick to it. I don't know. Clearly I haven't figured out the kitchen yet. What? Put a spotlight on it, put it on a platform in the middle of the living room. Because he's not tall enough to cook on that. It's weak for grape juice. Alright. Let's get comfy and figure out what we're making next. I think that was the last thing that I was missing. I don't have enough Legion enchanting. Or, hang on. We were doing alchemy, weren't we? I don't have Kultiran alchemy, do I? No, I do have Kultiran. Oh no, that's enchanting again. Alchemy. I don't have enough Kultiran alchemy. I'm not far off, though. Kultiran alchemy decor. You need... It says Shadowlands, but it's bugged. BFA alchemy 140. Okay, I am far off. Borealis bottle lamp, which for some reason previews itty bitty teeny tiny. Okay. I wonder if I'm gonna fill in the alchemy stuff on a different character and take advantage of like a bonus, or if I'm just gonna leave it alone. We'll do Inscription for now. Inscription has way more decor just in general. No, same decor profession, not faction split. Each faction can make the items. Alright, Amano. Named for a shrimp. He's coming out of remix. I don't think he has any bronze left on him. Just found out it shows the reagents for profession recipes in Homebed when you right click it. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Alright, so he's gonna get Inscription. Any Inscription except for Dragon Isle's Inscription I'm gonna do on this guy. Previously I had been starting at the bottom and working my way up. It might be more time effective to start at the top and work my way down. Gosh, a lot of stuff going on here. He's gonna need a few things. He's gonna need a Trader's Brutosaur, for sure. He's gonna need to pick up some gold from the war bank. He's gonna need to go get Inscription. Oh, I'm Horde. And I'm not even a mage. Why didn't I make him a mage? What's wrong with me? I feel like I should just go start a Nightborn mage. Or recover the one that I used to have. I don't think I can, actually. Man, my jewel crafting being a mage was so nice. It was so nice for porting around. Yeah, you should. It would probably be faster. I'd probably save myself a net positive amount of time by literally leveling a new Nightborn on Remix compared to trying to use this one. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to level another one. Priest. What was I thinking? Yeah, I know people like to recommend Dark Iron. I think it's redundant. I think Mage is enough teleportation. I think the Dark Iron doesn't do you an awful lot of good. The Profession decor recipes are all on the trainer, with the exception of Draenor, where you have to do a daily cooldown and then trade for them on the vendor. But they're not, you're generally speaking not doing anything too funky for patterns. You can transfer remix salts. That's what I just did. I just pulled him off of a remix. Yeah, because mages get to port right to Storm Shield. Otherwise, you have to make real good friends with your portal room and your flight paths. But we're only doing this once. It's fine. It's not like it's going to be doing it forever and ever. Once you have the recipe, you often don't even need to go back if you want to make more of them. I really thought that it was going to be in here. It's not. If I was going to do it again, I would do a mage, but I'm going to work with what I have. It must be up here. Inscription? No, herbalism. Over here. I don't know my way around Orgrimmar very well. Inscription? Yeah. Alright. Load me up. QP Ranger 2, thanks very much for the 37-month resub. Appreciate it. Hope things are going well with you. Favorite boss room? Just killed Star Augur. Was thinking about how cool the room was. That is a good one. Favorite boss room? The first one that came to mind was Gahoon. Just because it's so satisfyingly gross. You just squish him out of there. I'm not going on record with that as my favorite, though. Not what I meant. There's gotta be some good ones. I want to see what we're gonna get for doing Classic Inscription. 5 items. This is why we do it. We need to get to Classic Inscription 240, but there's 5 things waiting for us. Holy mackerel, that's a lot of lumber. Holy yikes. Alright, well, we're going to be doing a lot of wood chopping, but that's later. I mean, probably got to get Classic to 240. Let's pull up our WoW Professions guide. The trains in the Blackrock room were cool. The rune floor. I mean, it was part of the fight, but the rune floor on RuneScribe in Shadowlands, that was a good one. Alright, profession leveling. Past expansions. We were looking for Inscription, Classic Inscription, Vanilla 1 to 300. Mill herbs for pigments. Total amount needed doesn't have to be the same herb, okay. Easy way to see all of your else profession levels in one place. It's gotta be an add-on that does that, like an Altaholic or something. I have just been kind of like keeping track manually. Some people like using a spreadsheet, but I bet you Altaholic would do it. Sounds like the kind of thing they would do. Nightborn characters. Buy a Virtuoso inking set. Light parchment, usually buy it from the vendor. So we'll stock up on the parchment. Get 1,000 of those and a set. Last night, I was lying in bed thinking about a Kultiran druid in flannel named Lumbering. Character for the times. Lumberjack Lumbering. Wish Nightborn were neutral. They are pretty. I need to give him a Mog if he's going to be running around. I did it for Orca. If he's going to be running around crafting, he needs to look better than this doing it. Expedition Yak. We need to at least fix his helmet and take it off. We're not wearing hoods. And, like, ugly cloaks. If we browse sets briefly... This is kind of sick. What does that look like if we take the helmet off? Haven't worn that one yet. Give him a Reshi Scout blade and like a relic thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, not mad at that. Koresh had some great Mog. We're gonna make sure we put his profession on his bar. And we're gonna start shopping. Oh, I need to get some gold, probably. I picked up 50k for my, when I was doing... Picked up maybe 50k when I was doing my, my other profession that I just did, jewel crafting. Not too bad. Did you like Legion Remix as well as Pandaria? I think so. It's so hard to compare for me because they were so far apart. It feels like different people played them. I don't have a lot of... I feel like I would be making something up. Which is a bit weird, admittedly. Oh, he's gonna need Auctioneer for sure. He does look great. Oh, he needs a title. I've been using the Artisan title. I think my final assessment of Legion Remix was that I liked it quite a bit, but I could have stood for the patches to come out 1 week apart instead of 2. I think that would have helped it for me. So we'll pull 50k. Hopefully that lasts us a while. But we made easily a mil from just selling decor early on, so even if I spend all of it leveling professions, I feel like I'm still ahead. And I don't think I'm going to spend all of it. So for classic, we're going to start by getting some Peace Bloom, Earthroot, or Silverleaf to get some alabaster pigment. Peace Blooms are 9, Earthroots are 7, Silverleafs are 5. Okay. They get expensive pretty fast. Total amount of herb needed. Holy moly. Nightborn Mage is my scribe, named Artisan Arkwine. That's great. Let's buy 100 of these. I do need to do a bit more Legion Remix. I'm probably not going to do much of it on stream. Let's mill those for now. We won't worry about the housing dye. We want to get at least 20 points. Which we should. I just need a bit more bronze to finish getting stuff off the vendor. And then we can make our ink. Oh, I started gathering to level in some. It's hurting the gold reserves too much. Yeah, gonna be a bit spendy. Some of them need so many more points than others. What is this research? Randoms. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they want me to make 45 Moonglow ink. You'll use most of these. And this is to get to 45. So we want to make Moonglow ink up to 45. Best professions, decor-wise? Oh, Inscription for sure. Inscription has way more decor than the rest of the professions, and it's a lot of really nice things. Bookshelves and books. Along with some things that are a bit strange that they are for Inscription. So as long as we can get, well, alabaster pigment at 20 per. Not necessarily. Okay. But we did make it to 50. Scrolls of Recall. Okay, let's go back to the trainer. Yeah, the new ones are a bit annoying to level. There's just, they want you to make a wider range of things. It's less like, here, make 20 of these, and more like, well, make one of each of these things. So you're getting like a lot of finicky little bits and pieces, really. It's more to keep track of. Just where we're at, yeah. So now we can make the Scroll of Recall, which they want me to do because it is cheap. Vellum is 1 ink each. Recalls are also 1 ink each. Might make the vellum, I could use it. Drainer jewel crafting stopped me up for about a week because to get the recipes that you needed to level without spending an insane amount of gold, you needed to do like 3 days worth of dailies here. Cataclysm jewel crafting had a similar situation where some of the most efficient recipes would cost like a week's worth of daily tokens. So you were kind of weighing out how long you were willing to wait. 95. At which point we can, I think, start making midnight ink. Dusty pick. So I guess the question is, that one just went orange, okay. So I am skill 80. And now I'm making vanishing powder with midnight ink, but I need some midnight ink. So for midnight ink, we're gonna need to mill. We might be able to find, there's more of these. Let's go see if we can, I bet you the price went up on them though. Bruiseweed, Briarthorn, Mage Royal, Strangle Kelp, or Swift Thistle. Let's try Mage Royal. 6 gold per. Bruiseweed at 8. Briarthorn's gonna be spendy. It always is. Yeah, at 11. Strangle Kelp, there's no way. 24 gold per. That's almost worth picking. Swift Thistle is gonna be actually not too bad. I'm gonna do Mage Royal. I'm gonna mill some Mage Royal. Mage Royal. Surmar Dresser 65k in my realm. Nice. So yeah, let's get 100 of these. It kind of hurts when you're buying a bunch of them, but 600 to get you through like, I don't know, 30, 50 profession points, really not that bad. We'll mill those and then we'll make some ink. I'm not doing this perfectly, but I'm a Nightborn, which gives me some leeway. Wow, he really goes in on that. Leveling by farming the mats mostly by myself. That'll save you some gold for sure. I'm too instant gratification for that. I'm not so instant gratification coded that I'm buying the decor on the auction house, but I am antsy enough that I'm putting in some gold to get the profession leveled. This is like my middle ground where like I can still make it today, but if I want more copies later, I can make them. I don't have to buy more copies. It's like they throw it back when crafted. Sometimes that's what you have to do to save your back. Sometimes if you find yourself bending over a lot, you gotta stick your butt out behind you so that you can straighten your back so that you don't hurt your back so much curving. Yeah, I'm not buying any furniture in the auction house either. I'm either making it or my friend's making it. I'm too cheap. Okay, so now that I'm skill 85, vanishing powder with midnight ink is what they want me to do. We can do that. And this should take me to 100. Terrible at decorating, gonna invest my bronze in various Legion chairs and just make my house into a dungeon. I think it's really smart to limit yourself to a theme if you're not sure where to start. I think that's a really good idea. Okay, alright. So that's 100. I'm gonna remind myself what I need. I think it's 240. You need a lot of points for this one. I think it's 240. Yeah, okay. If we're still getting points for vanishing powder, I feel like we should do it. Not super reliably, but we can use the rest of it. Here, we'll do a research. It's gonna take 3 of them, though. We'll do one. We'll learn a glyph. Glyph of lingering ancestors. Midnight Nightborn theme your house, just a big bubble with stuff inside. So now we're up to 105. We're gonna need some golden pigment for lion's ink. For golden pigment, we're gonna need grave moss, king's blood, life root, or steel bloom. I think that king's blood and life root will be the cheap ones. Life root is at 15 gold per. King's blood is at 11. We'll do 100 of these. That's starting to hurt. But there's so many pieces of decor on this. It's gonna be worth it. Let's mill the king's blood. Stranglethorn Veil Herbing might be money. This must be a great time for people that just love picking herbs in old expansions. Because even after the inscription craze is over and people kind of have their decor, people are always going to want dye. I'm going to want dye. Okay, so now that I've got my pigment, we're going to make verdant pigment into hunter's ink. Hang on. Did I get verdant pigment? I was getting golden pigment. Let's talk to the guy. Nope. Oh, so we have some hunter's ink and then we'll have some lion's ink as well. All the stonks are up. Inscription's just the one that I'm doing because it's got twice as much decor as the rest of them. Gathering focused friends, so happy right now. It's always the Black Lotus farm. Where do those even spawn? I don't know if I've ever gotten one. I think occasionally they drop off mobs when I'm leveling an alt in nowhere. But I don't level alts in the world anymore. I used to have whole questing paths. It's not needed anymore. Plague lands. Gotcha. Like, when was the last time I went and did questing in Winter Spring? I used to hit it up every time. Research Moonglow ink, research Midnight ink. Oh, okay. We never made our mysterious tarots. Lots of Bruto mounts in the middle of nowhere, people gathering in every expansion. I like running into other people that are picking lumber. I think that's fun. Thank God for the Brutosaur. Yeah. I've been making real good use out of my Trader's Brutosaur lately. I'm glad I have one. It's been working out. Okay. So we're at 121. At this point, craft discovered glyphs. Can do a little bit of research with our lion's ink. It's all kind of expensive. $3 each. Those Dalaran shells require Strazan marks, which requires fell blood and blood of Sargeras. Oh no. So overwhelmed by housing, watching you makes it seem more manageable. So much to do. It's a huge project. All you can do is nip yourself off a little piece of it, and then focus on that. You just got to do one little bit at a time if you want to do all of it. It's so much. Okay, so we're at 130. Gonna need to spend a little more gold. I feel like we were doing well on Silverleaf. If we wanted a bit more of this, another 50 of these, and then maybe some more Mage Royal. Yeah, give me another 100 of these. Arisoon, thanks for the 52-month resub. Mine said that it's what I will do in WoW from now on when I'm not focusing on current content. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. That's true. Okay, we're gonna mill these ones first. I just know they're gonna keep coming out with it. That thought used to comfort me more, but they come out with patches so often that I feel like there's always gonna be something going on. How's your Sunday? Good so far. Cozy. A little stormy outside. I think after stream I'm gonna double check on my setup for everything for the generator just in case the power goes out. Because I haven't had to run it yet and I want to be ready when the day comes. I'm having a nice time making furniture though, or like leveling professions to make furniture. Inscription's kind of calming. I like making ink. Nah, it's a gas generator. It's just for power outages. It's so I can make sure that I keep the sump pump running so my basement doesn't flood if their power goes out in a storm. I don't have solar panel money. I'm lucky I had generator money. Luckily the water table seems to have calmed down a little bit, but it's gonna start raining again tonight. Man, I haven't spent a lot of time outside lately. I'm excited for spring. I got some seeds. I got some seed packets, and I'm gonna order some more, but these ones are some different... I got some tomatoes that are gonna be paste tomatoes to make sauce and like salsa and stuff with. Should be good for tomato sauce. I got meadow arnica, betony, and then echinacea. I want to do some herbs, like perennial, kind of pollinator-friendly, medicinal adjacent herbs. I kind of want like a witch garden. So I'm going to start some of those things inside and see if I can baby them and get them to take. I think they're a bit delicate when they're young, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Is it that bad where you live, the weather? I mean, it's fine, but if the power goes out, the main concern is that if the power goes out and the sump pump can't run and it's in a rainstorm, it's gonna fill up with water. The pump is required to keep it from flooding. So you have to be able to power the pump. So if the power goes out and it's raining, which is probably gonna happen at the same time, you just want to make sure you're ready to run it off something else just to stay above water. When will you be able to start planting? I'm going to start the seeds, I think, for those guys in like February inside, and I'm going to keep them inside until probably May. They're really slow starters from what I've heard. Have you seen the floods in the Fraser Valley? Yeah, I have. It looks really scary. Well, there we go. We're at 140. 141. Long period, yeah. I think it can take them up to a month just to germinate. But if you get them established, they're perennial. They'll keep coming back. So it's just a matter of finding the right spot, protecting them from getting run over by my dog. Yeah. Alright, we've made it to 140. What do they want me to make now? Glyphs with lion's ink, or really any ink. It seems like the midnight ink is kind of the cheaper one, because I can make, they're both kind of cheapish. Make some glyphs. Spend a little gold. New babies, yeah. I also need to pick out what varieties of peppers I want to grow. And I'm probably gonna... So for tomatoes, I'm gonna do the paste tomatoes for sauce. And I'll probably also grab some cherry tomatoes, just like off the shelf. So I'll do those. And then I want a couple varieties of peppers that I can make into some different hot sauces and also maybe salsa. I want to do like a fermented hot sauce. I want to do like a regular hot sauce. I really like hot sauce with breakfast. We put it on our eggs every morning, so I kind of want to try to grow the types of peppers that they make famous hot sauces out of. I was looking into how they do Cholula, because I love Cholula. But they use little bird peppers for it. So I might try and hunt down a couple different things. I haven't grown peppers in years, but I had a big phase of it when I was in my early 20s. Alright. So now we make our ink. Sweet spicy salsa? Yeah. I just like savory spicy salsa. I love cherry tomatoes too. I eat them like candy. They're so good when they're fresh, and they're more quickly gratifying because they grow so fast and they're ready so early, and you can just keep eating them through the whole season. So those are the things I'm going to start early, and then other things I think I'm going to start out in the garden directly when it's a little later in the season. But I think that'll be quite a few things. I might have to dedicate a few counters and tables to grow lights and heat mats and stuff. I'm dying to garden. I'm going to mess it all up. I'm going to make every mistake. I'm going to kill so many plants this year. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had a yard before. This is so exciting. The tomatoes and the peppers, I think I'm actually going to do in containers. Just because I have a spot in mind for them that's kind of close to where I can water them with a hose. And it's going to get really nice sun, but it would be much more convenient to do containers, and I'm used to doing those in big containers. Yeah, well, the fun mistakes are good. Yeah. Alright. No one wants these glyphs because everybody's making them to level. Guess doesn't matter. We can vendor him. You will not kill him this year, but next year. True. And then at 150, we're going to be able to start making Jade Fire ink. So now that we can do that, I think I'm going to actually sell the rest of my Moonglow ink to recoup a bit of gold. Because it should be easier to start making the new stuff with emerald pigment. Although that looks like it's going to get real expensive. Ooh, we've only spent like 2,000 gold so far. It's not so bad. My extra Moonglow ink. Might be able to get a little bit back, actually. Maybe all of it. It's funny, my fell meteorites are still here. Okay, Jade Fire ink you make with emerald pigment. You gotta mill. Ooh, gross. Dragon's teeth? No thank you. Fade leaf, maybe. Gold thorn. Ooh, Khadgar's whisker is probably the cheapest one. Yucky though. And you'll need a lot of it. Bet Khadgar's whisker is expensive. It's actually not horrible. 13 gold per. Gold thorn is going to be spendy. 36 gold per. Fade leaf, 16, and then dragon's teeth is barely worth looking up. It's not very common. Yeah, 32. Okay. Fade leaf was at 1650, and the whisker was at 13. Okay. Let's just take 300 of this right now. We'll just do a whole big bunch of it. Why did Khadgar have a plant named after him? After his whiskers? What if Khadgar was actually a cat first and they named the guy after the cat? Ever think about that? Surprise Goldthorn's not 50 plus. Yeah. What are combos? I think they're like Twitch fiddly things. You don't need to worry about them. Khadgar. Yeah. Khadgar. Someone's going to adopt a kitten and name it Khadgar. And then the vet's not going to have any idea what they're talking about. What do you call a Renaissance crab? Well, my first thought was Crabalangelo. That's not what you're looking for? Oh. I feel like I can get this, but I also feel like I cannot. I got nothing. The direction isn't bad? Alright. It works, does it? Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, I like Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. That's funny. I also thought of Crabelangelo. Oh my god. There's dozens of us. Alright, let's make our ink. Yeah, it's a brain cell shared, exactly. I like Leonardo da Vinci. If I ever had a pet crab, we'll keep an eye on it. Thought you would like it? You can name a hunter your pet that. Give it the crab knife. Citizen Smith. This chat needs help. I'm very flattered by how funny you guys are. Because, you know, people say that you make the chat that, like, it reflects you as a streamer to some extent. You cultivate the chat that, like, suits you, so I think it's very flattering that you guys are funny. At least I think you're hilarious. You can tell people that. Next time one of your jokes flops, well, Hazel thinks I'm funny. Clicks just right with me. Alright, what am I doing with my Jadefire ink? We're at 160. Scrolls of Stamina. Yeah, it's an old profile pic. I mean, my channel's been up for over 10 years. I started my channel in 2013. It was 12 years ago. It feels so... like, I was like 21. I was a baby. For a minute, I thought that my Jadefire ink, like, left to be made was counting up and not down. Scroll of Stamina 3. I stole that from a Europa Universalis V video. By Spiffing Brit, and he had another joke in that video that I would like to share. Alright, I'm ready. Fun to think about where he started. Sorta! I get weird feelings about it. Why does it take 20 Germans to change a light bulb? I don't think I'm allowed to answer this. I think you have to do it. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. You wouldn't be sharing this if it had a questionable direction. Many Hans make light work. Alright. That's cute. I'm making Scrolls of Stamina 3. And I'm making them specifically to get to... oh, I am at 160. Scrolls of Versatility 3. To make it to 165. They have this pieced out so specifically. Getting the Delve boss down, so satisfying. I was so happy to be done with it. And then 5 of these. And then 5 of Strength. And then we start making Royal Ink. Best jokes cause physical pain. So now we make our Royal Ink, because we should have some... yeah, we've got some pigment for it. Classic professions are so deep, there's so much of them. And then at 180 to 185, they want you to do 5 research with Jadefire ink. But I'm already at 185, so we can forget that. And we can skip straight ahead to turning our Royal Ink into Arcane Turrets to get to 200. We're gonna be like one off. Literally one. We can make like one extra thing somewhere. As long as it's not with Royal Ink. Here, let's make an extra scroll of agility while we still can. There we go. Taskmaster from earlier this year. I did, yeah. It's become my most favorite season. Could rewatch it over and over again. I like that show a lot. I'm out of it now. I need to turn off my Supermax sub until they make more of it so I can catch up again. Rats in the house. And I bought my first house 3 years ago. There's no landscaping. I've killed a lot of plants. Most helpful tip given to me. Let's hear it. I'm using the wow-professions.com guides. wow-professions.com. They've got layouts for everything, basically. I'll drop it in chat. So we're at 200. We need 40 more points. 200 to 205 is making celestial ink out of violet pigments. I don't have violet pigments yet because I need to mill some more stuff. Violet pigments are going to be Arthas's Tear, Blindweed, Firebloom, Ghost Mushroom, Grom's Blood, Purple Lotus, there's a laugh, or Sungrass. Okay. Yikes. We don't need as much of it as we needed last stage, though. How is it in Canada this time of year? Varied. Very varied, depending on where in Canada you are. We have friends here in Quebec that are buried in snow. We have friends here in the Fraser Valley that are buried in rain. We have, I'm sure, lots of people in various places like mine where it's just kind of vaguely gray. Right, it's above freezing where I'm at. I'm on Vancouver Island. It's not too bad. It's just wet. Okay. Arthas's Tears sounds expensive. Yeah, no thank you. It's not even a thing. Blindweed. 11 gold, not too bad. That might be where we go. Firebloom. 1275. Ghost mushrooms, I think, are kind of spendy. Yeah, they are. Grom's Blood? Nope. I'm not even gonna look. Well, I'll look up Purple Lotus for fun. You need it to make other decor. They're down to 45 per, actually. That's not... That could be worse. And then Sungrass. They were hundreds. Oh, Sungrass is cheap. Okay. Yeah, give me 200 of these. Huge country, lots of variants. Then there's the Arctic good old Yukon. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on up there. It's like asking what the weather's like in America. I don't know. Big. Cold and dark, I suspect. Winter's been wild here in Quebec, so mild for so long, then immediately snow. Indigenous plants native to the climate, yeah. I wanted to do native plants anyways for pollinators. I want to try to support as many different types of native insects as I can. And I live in a place where there's not really going to be anyone, there's no strata, no one's going to be like looking down their nose being like, you're not growing the right grass, so I can kind of plant anything. So I want to kind of encourage stuff for different native bees and butterflies and whatnot. Yeah, I'm in Canada. I'm on Vancouver Island. What is that character model doing? I know, it looks like he's digging, like he dropped something. Okay. We're making ink. We're making celestial ink. But whenever we're done here, we can sell off the extra ink and pigment that we didn't use, and I think we'll be able to get some gold back for it. So even if we overbuy a bit, we're okay. Weather on Vancouver Island? I mean, there's some decent variance here, too, depending on where on the island you are. For me, it's not freezing. It's very wet. It's been consistently kind of, like, 5 to 10 degrees and pouring rain for the last week or so. Very gray, very dark. Not a lot of light coming up. Sun go up, sun go down. It's a bit depressing, but that's winter for you. Or fall, I guess. I don't think winter starts officially for another week or so. We're so close. We need 30 more points. Do you like snow? Wish we had snow. I do. I'm nervous because this is going to be my first year being a homeowner. which I think is going to be very different from being a renter in the city. I did not have very many snow-related responsibilities previously, and I'm going to have some shoveling to do. And then I'm just going to need to make sure I'm keeping on top of, you know, get the snow away from my foundation. Try and make sure the house doesn't get too cold if the power goes out. We have a wood stove and we're stocked on firewood, so that's good. Try and not let any pipes burst, kind of thing. Although, one thing that I benefit from is I don't go anywhere. I don't work during the day. I am home all the time. The house doesn't have to... I'm unlikely to get pipes burst because I'm heating it all the time because I'm always here. I don't go anywhere. Makes you nervous about it. There are for sure going to be winter and snow related challenges that just haven't occurred to me yet because I haven't lived it yet. There's going to be something that I'm going to have to learn on the fly. And that's okay. That's life. What am I doing now? I am at skill 210 and they want me to be making scrolls of recall with my celestial ink. That's what we're doing. And we're just doing this to get up to 215, so we just need 5 of them at this point. Visited North Island, found out a trail goes from the north tip to the south. VIT? Yeah, big. Big, big. Got a big storm, didn't love having a shovel in early December. Maybe some year I'll get a snowblower. Yeah, I bought a snow shovel ahead of time so I don't have to go out in the snow to get a snow shovel. And I have my snow tires on my car, which is the first year I've ever done that. Every year previous, I just decided I wasn't going to drive. But I don't really have that luxury here because I'm not in the city anymore. I can't walk everywhere. What am I doing now? We're at 215. Scroll of Intellect. 5 of these? Yeah. Hiked a bit. Get lost. Stumble into a black bear preserve. Oh. That is one thing the island has. So we do have bears. I'm almost surprised there's a reserve for them just because they seem to do fine anyways. They seem to do good, yeah. After running into 2 bears was chased off by some bald eagles. Yeah, that must have been amazing. I mean, terrifying, but amazing. 220, we're going 5 scrolls of strength. And then at 225, they want you to start making fiery ink. Went to the Canary Islands during Christmas. The pipes froze. Don't turn the heat all the way off. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. But we'll keep an eye on it. My house also isn't that big, which helps. It's not like a 2,000 square foot family home or anything like that. It's bigger than my apartment was, but it's cute. It's cute. There's not a whole lot of like, oh man, this thing runs along the exterior wall and no one's ever in that room kind of situation. What did I say I was doing? I was making ink. I was making fiery ink. How to use the different threads for fishing. You throw them in the garbage and pretend Blizzard never did them. You need to get, what is it, a tailor crafted item or some garbage? It's so stupid. It's also not that worthwhile. It replaces profession. If you use the angler's line thing, you're using that instead of just a regular profession tool enchant, which in some cases would be better anyways. I would just bypass it and get a profession tool enchant. 234. Research Celestial Ink. I feel like if I have extra of this, we should do this. Thought they were important. They were kind of a swing and a miss. And then... these are all kind of expensive. Let's get 5 of these. What are you playing tonight? I'm playing World of Warcraft. I'm leveling my classic Inscription right now so that I can start to make some classic Inscription decor. I'm nearly to 240, which is where we need to be. Perfect. Ding, ding, ding. 5 items. Brill coffin and a coffin lid, a Karanos bookcase, a Thunderbluff totem, and a wooden iron forge table. We want to make all of them. I guess I shouldn't sell all of my... stuff here if I'm gonna need... No, I can. I can. We're not too worried about it. The ink of the sky we can just buy later. Let's sell our extra ink. Well, we're gonna need a bunch of lumber though. What is the fishing analog to swing and a miss? Casting a skunk? Hook sets aren't free. It's when you thought you were gonna send it perfectly into the river, but you have instead, in fact, caught a tree. So let's post our extra pigments and inks. How you doing, Angela? Happy Sunday. Hope your weekend's going well. I think they'll find a happy balance for complexity and professions. I think because they're kind of optional to engage with, it's alright for them to be a little more layered, but they definitely have overdone it a little bit in some cases. These ones are spendy for some reason. Maybe they're required. Simon, CB777, thanks for the 2-month resub. Just got primed. Bye-bye ads. Nice. I appreciate it. Biggest problem is catch up if you start working on them late. That, and then just like the mental load of figuring out what's going on, especially if you're coming to it for the first time, can just be spendy. So I have 40 lumber to begin with. This is so cute. Little old-fashioned bookcase. Okay. Shall we make the totem? Just to do it. Get one of them checked off the list. Three more days and I can play again. There's so many cute bookcases. That's the one thing I think they really nailed, because that's what I wanted was lots of them. All right, ironwood lumber. And we need... Here, let's see. Plus. Nope, not minus. You'd think I'd never used a computer before. 45. And then 50. And 15 and 25, so call that 40. So 90, but I have 10, so 80. We need 80 ironwood lumber. Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. I was getting a bunch of it, but where was I getting a bunch of it? I think I'm gonna farm in Darkshore, because I can trip on rares and maybe they'll give me decor. Completionist brain is bothered that I can't seem to get skill points to level to 100. Yeah, that's fair. Looking so much to the Fallout new season next week. Nice. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Angela. That really sucks. Darkshore. There's probably better ways to do this, but we're just gonna hard. Oh, I know how I want to do it actually. I am in the Dreamway. I want to go out the Dreamway, and I'm gonna go to Moonglade, and I'm just gonna fly over the wall. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I did last time when I was looking for ironwood lumber. Wait. This is not how you exit the Dream Grove. This is how you get to Val'sharah. There is a way out, though. It must be a big portal-looking thing. I forget where it is. That portal will take me to Dalaran. Maybe it's a one-way thing? I kind of forget. Below you. I might end up just... You know what? Let's just... Never mind, I have a button for this. Shatrath is the main city in Outland. That's where your profession trainers are. Alright, we're going to Moonglade. Tips to get 600 mounts? Get more. I like to use data for Azeroth, and I have an old video on this that shows you how to figure out which mounts that you are missing that are easiest to get, to kind of give you like a starting point if you're trying to get mounts quickly. That's not a bad way to do it, is to pull yourself up on Data for Azeroth, which is a website, filter to only your uncollected mounts, and then sort them by rarity so you can see which ones are most commonly collected by everybody else. It's not perfect, but that's a decent approximation for what's going to be fastest for you to go back and get. Play most Alliance in my game. Want to try Horde character? Which expansion does Horde have the best story? Ooh, chat might have better answers for that than me. BFA comes to mind, but I don't know if it was good. I just know that there was a bunch of it. $80 Ironwood, huh? So now we're in Darkshore. And if we trip on any rares, we can just kill them, and maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get some extra copies of the braziers. There's decor off these things. And I do have decor from these rares. I have one of each of them. So I don't need them so much for collecting anymore, but I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to them for, you know, copies, especially of a few of them. There's some nice, the sconces, the filigree moon sconces are really nice looking. Enjoyed WoD on Horde. How's the weather and the waterfalls? Been there, beautiful place. It's good. It's a little damp, a little rainy. Very rainy, catastrophically, depending on where you live, but I'm doing okay here. I'm not floating away just yet. I'm still waiting for like winter temperatures to kick in properly. We haven't had a really good cold snap. I haven't had a good freeze yet, actually. I have some plants that I feel like would have normally died by now, and I haven't had a really thorough freeze yet. Oh, somebody just did it. Snowing all day here in Ontario. Expansion that stood out to you transmog-wise? Ooh, that's a good question. The first thing that came to mind was Shadowlands, because the Covenant transmogs, admittedly annoying to get, but had the most kind of vivid design and colors. And that was also when they started adding more kind of novelty back pieces instead of just cloaks. Shadowlands is when that really took off. Nice 5 degrees Fahrenheit here yesterday. That's pretty cold. Cold in Vermont, negative 25. Oof. Need lots of layers. Bonus socks. Warm and dry where I live in Colorado. Yeah, Mob had some lovely Mog. There's a couple of robes that I tend to wear. I put one of them on my Draenei mage named Orca. Amaranthian robe, I think they call it. It's got a nice V-neck on it. Not Wrath. Wrath Mog was so boring. I think that was one of the reasons I didn't like it. You couldn't even transmog back then, but I didn't like the armor that I ended up wearing, especially when I was leveling alts. Wrath era questing gear was so grim and dull. I think they were trying to be very like real and gritty, and I don't want that. Life is real and gritty. I don't want it in WoW. Absolutely not. Shadowlands for a while for me, but Dragonflight kind of takes the cake. I'm trying to think of like standout Dragonflight mogs. Zerolite Caverns cloth sets were really nice. I'm not the only person with this idea. Overreaction to the clown suits from TBC. Yeah, I can see that. I want a business casual expansion. I've loved Trading Post for Mog because it's been able to give us so many like kind of cute or goofy or costumey Mogs. And I end up wearing a lot of them. And 78 in Fahrenheit, Southern California. That's like beach weather. That's shorts weather. I think I wore shorts for like a weekend this past summer. It did not... I mean, it got hot for a while. I don't know. Maybe I was just cold on the inside. Hot weather, but my heart was cold. I feel like I never really broke out the summer stuff. We had a couple of weeks of t-shirts and that was about it. Fell in love with the little fire effects on the weapons in Dragonflight. Thought they were well done. Dragonflight civilian Mogs are nice. The War Within versions I feel like are a bit... Yeah, I liked the Dragonflight ones, although I don't tend to use them a lot. The War Within ones were annoying because A, there were so many recolors of them and they're so expensive if you're trying to get them all with resonance crystals. And B, they're kind of weird looking. Oh, the midnight ones are going to be good. Oh. 82 Fahrenheit in Phoenix. Does it ever get cold in Arizona? I've never been, but I've heard things about it. It sounds like the mythical fire desert that you send people when you want to cook them like an egg. I remember hearing news stories about people trying to play Pokemon Go in Arizona, and they had to do it in the pre-dawn hours because there was no other way to not die. Probably at night. Night would make sense. If it's a desert, which I think it is. Like 50 at night. Oh. That would at least let you cool down the house and get a little fresh air once in a while. How are we doing? 32. 32 out of when we need 80. It's worth it though. It's gonna be worth it. Lots of new decor. Oh, can't get that. Here Arizona's a dry heat. Yeah, that might make it more tolerable. Everything here... I'm gonna stay in Ashtonville. It's nice out here. I like it. Everything here is humid. It's very wet in this part of the world. You're deep in a coniferous rainforest. And so when it's cold, it's wet cold, which really like gets in your bones, and when it's hot, it's wet heat, which makes you sticky. Yeah, dry heat and cold is more comfortable for people usually. The one nice thing about wet cold is when it snows, you are more likely to get the fun kind of snow if you're trying to play in the snow and have a snow day. If you've ever tried to make a snowman out of dry powder, you've not had a good time of it. You want that dangerous stuff that like you make a snowball out of it and you send it at a kid's head during recess and he gets a concussion. And then they have to discover, the teachers have to like discuss intent and stuff like that. You want that wet icy stuff. You can make snow forts out of that. Snow forts used to be so fun. I made one once when I was a kid that I made a tunnel for my dog to tunnel into it. I had a dog as a kid that was not unlike Moose. It was kind of a Malamute Shepherd mix. Kind of like my dog is now. And she loved the snow, and she would wriggle through a little tunnel to come hang out with me in the snow fort. Found that one out the hard way when I moved to Calgary. Tried to make a snowboard jump and was disappointed. Although if you are shoveling snow or driving anywhere, you will probably not prefer the wet icy stuff. Heavy and slippery. I hate walking when it's icy outside. I feel like I'm one bad move away from being permanently lame. Although I wear so many layers that I feel like if I fall over, as long as I don't twist anything, I'm just gonna bounce right back up. When it's really cold outside in the winter, I dress up like the Michelin Man. I am layered to the nines. You could give me a hug and a bunch of air would just come out like poof. Better gear than 645? You need to get some current veteran gear, and you need to get upgrading it. I would look into gear upgrades. The gear that you're getting from Delves should be upgradable. Means that you could fall over under all those layers. 49. Like that kid in A Christmas Story. I don't know if I've seen that one. Unless you mean Tiny Tim. Like the Christmas Story. That's what happened to him, he just fell in the snow. Decor from the Pascal crafting guy and Mechagon. And if you're feeling stressed about getting those mats, don't forget you're going to need more of them for the Rust Bolt Resistance Quartermaster. Best tip for that is if you don't mind spending a little bit of gold, buy the recycling parts to do turn-ins. It'll save you a lot of time. If you don't mind dumping a bit of gold into it, you can buy the springs and the plates and whatever, make a bunch of kits and turn them in. You can also farm those things too, but I farmed for a while and then ended up taking them from Flabby. Thought it was just the Rust Bolt Quartermaster. Yeah, no, there's both. You've got crafted stuff and that. And the homewares kits, which I forgot to check for today, actually. I don't think I'm going to do it now, though. I'm going to see if I can get... Well, no, I'm not going to get 80, am I? Well, maybe. We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. I can get this lumber. I'm in a forest. I'm not really going in any particular direction. 500 is the current max decor achievement, yeah. Feels good being already almost halfway through this. 9 out of 20. It's coming along. We just gotta keep getting them killed. I thought that was bundled up Bob squeaking at me, but it was Hefe. People's calendars and schedules starting to fill up, getting closer to Christmas time. I need to look at mine and make the rest of my plans. I've got a couple things blocked out, but I want to make sure I've got a plan to see everybody. We're only, you know, we're less than 2 weeks away from Christmas. Yeah, you can switch to old flying. I don't think it's going to be as fast as skywriting between nodes, though. You can just get going so quickly to cover ground. And the landing's not so bad. Yeah, druids can chop wood in flight form. Oh, you were talking about for the sky golem. Interesting. Three weeks off, intentionally keeping social engagements limited to just a few select ones. Smart. I don't do a ton of things relative to what I think a lot of people do, but I have such a habitually low social battery that it still ends up being a lot. But it's nice. It's like the one time you can kind of count on to make time to see everybody. This is retail. I want my chill time this year. Yeah. This flight form, I want to say I bought a glyph. What's it called? It's one of the ravens. Mark of the... flight form glyphs. Duskwing Raven or Nightwing Raven. There's an old article about it. It's my favorite one. There's some nice ones. I like the owls. I like the scorn wings are fine. The Coltiran one's kind of cool. But this is my favorite. I love ravens. They're so cool. That is a good tip. There is one colorway of it that I think you can get from a glyph. The glyph recipe is from the Dreamweaver's Emissary, but the actual glyph itself I think you can just buy in the auction house. I think that's how I got it. I don't think I did anything fancy. Skywriting's the best thing they've had in the game since World Quests. I think so, but only because it came before housing. How are we doing? 77. Oh, we can do it. We're so close. We get 3 more, and then we can make the rest of our classic Inscription furniture. I didn't know I had a fantasy of flying through Ashenvale as a druid chopping lumber, but apparently I do. It's nice. Alright, that should be enough. Yeah, we've got 80 now. Get a little extra. Just one. For good luck. Not traveling this year. Got a concussion. Ice falling off a roof. Oh. Oh, that's so unlucky. Learned that is something I need to watch out for now. Like you were standing under like an awning or something and it fell off the roof onto you? Yikes. I think you've just unlocked a new fear. Warwick. Bad enough that we can slip and fall and bonk our heads on ice. You build a house yet? Yeah. Fell off the awning, freak accident. Crazy. That sucks. Thinking of getting a new monitor for WoW. What size do you use? Do you think 32 is too much? 32 is pretty big. Depending on how close to it you're sitting, you may not be comfortably able to see all of your corners. I have 27-inch monitors. I like the size of them. I don't recommend mine for gaming. Mine are for video editing. They're 4K. But the refresh rate isn't very good because I don't need to deal with anything over 60 FPS. If I was getting it for gaming, I think I would go... What is it, 2K? The one that's not quite 4K but is still higher resolution than 1080, and then get like 120 hertz or higher. Get like a high refresh rate and like a 27-inch maybe. Couple of them. That's what I would do. Alright, we're making the furniture. We're finding the priest. There he is. 1440, yeah, that's what I would do. I would do high refresh rate, 1440 monitors. In 27. 27 is nice. You can go as low as 24 without it feeling small, but 2K 144, it's been great. Yeah. Looking forward to a cozy holiday at home. Well, that's nice. All right, we're making not the totem, but everything else. We're making a wooden iron forged table, a Cairn's bookcase, a Brill coffin, and a Brill coffin lid. 4 items. Oh, that's why the int scrolls. They're there. I don't think so. I might buy those. The rest of this we can purchase, and that's all fine and good. The undeath essences have certainly gone up, haven't they? Sure, fine, yeah. True silver bar is shockingly cheap. Enchanted leather. And mithril filigree. Okay. You don't just buy it, do you? No. I think you grabbed it. Alright. We'll get those. The scrolls of intellect I'm gonna look into making because I need 50 of them. You need 50 of these scrolls of intellect 4, so that's probably part of why celestial ink is so high. But if I get 25 celestial ink, that's 1,300. That's 22. Yeah, it is. It is a better deal. Okay. Still expensive, not as bad. Everyone's so creative with making appliances out of random items. Excited to see what people come up with. Yeah. Yeah, saw someone use the coffin lid with some clipping to make a kitchen cutting board. Fascinating. I like to surround myself with people who feed my fears, then I feel better about doing nothing and staying indoors. Introvert dream. Tried 32 at my friend's, and whenever I push buttons, the screen just shakes like crazy. Oh, for a second I panicked and I thought I was not making the correct int scroll. I am. We're fine. It's all good. Oh gosh. Scared me though. So I'll make these and then I'll take them to my house and I'll place them just, not permanently, but just kind of to play. Alright, one Brill coffin lid. Oh, I could see how you could kind of do something with that. One coffin. One bookcase. I seem to have miscalculated. Oops. I'm short 45 lumber. It was too good to be true. I'll have to get more later. Anyway, we'll go place the things we have now. It's the wooden iron forge table, unfortunately. Cool tricks with Auctionator? I don't think I do anything weird with it. I think I use it kind of as designed. It's nice to, like, when you've got a recipe tracked, basically what I just did, like if I'm trying to get the mats to get this one bookcase with Auctionator open, the search bar that appears right here over the tracked thing will auto pull up the items you need, and it'll auto fill in the quantity that it requires. This will not account for any that you already have, but if you're just kind of trying to real quick buy what you need, it makes sense. All right. It's just a brand thing. It's not, there's, as far as I know, no super notable events in 73 before my time. Okay, I am finished for the week, actually, but I did make a quick video on lumber farming. It's on my YouTube channel if you're curious and want to see it, or just want to check out a new YouTube video from Hazel. It's on youtube.com/hazelnuttygames. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your company. Thanks for being here. I'll be back on Wednesday, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.